Also, they're really good. What's a water rod, lightning rod for telling us how stupid we are about challenges. Yeah.
Yes.
I wish we could read what they wrote, though. That would have helped some of the bounties.
We have a
I'm sure
translator somewhere, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure do.
Look,
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, Shiva.
look the way that I see it is we are not the only broadcast. We want these players to enjoy the mode. That's important, right? We
Yeah,
can't,
that's
we
true.
can't force them to do bounties that are only catered to us as English-speaking talented viewers. So I thought, let's let them type "we're smoking" in Chinese 5,000 times.
Yes.
And once I saw kind of what it looked like, I generally knew when they're ready.
That's great.
I think.
Could you write it from memory, though?
God,
Question.
no. The first character is sort of like a T or a Y. It's pretty open, and the
A
other ones are
T and
really
a Y are
dense.
quite different.
That's all I got.
Ooh, the stage gets a little spooky here and there in October. That was pretty scary. You didn't see a
what?
purge, but things got real spooky out there.
Is it the tree again?
Ooh, it might have been.
Are the what? Which tree?
The tree ant little guys that
Oh, the little balls.
Reginald is so obsessed with?
Yeah,
Keeps
yeah, yeah. I've
sprinkling on
seen
the
them,
cross?
and I know exactly where they are too. There's one in the bowl, one in the.
Oh,
Oh, and we have a Grievel out there. Look at.
the
Yo,
naked
who
Grievel.
died out here?
A naked Grievel on Halloween.
Do you guys remember when that came out?
Oh my!
Originally?
Yeah, but
The Grievel stuff? Yeah.
Everyone was so obsessed with it, right?
And
was-
then
it was
they
real hype.
they
Yeah.
found out that it was. By the way, this actually does look like such a mess, just like on the stage. But then they realized that all the Grievels, that a courier was actually stupidly ugly.
What?
That thing
Well,
is ugly.
That's what makes them good, though.
No, no.
It's like
And
little-
everybody has them. You know, there's no
Yeah.
rare one. It's like everybody.
I mean,
got
back
one.
then was when you could take apart gems and just like,
Yes.
make
Yes.
all these combinations. That
But
was kind of fun.
The
huh?
Dota Pokemon game. That
Yeah, it
was
like
hype.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, and it did like you had an egg and you had to hatch it and you had to wait long to actually have it come out and you didn't know what was gonna like. Especially at the start, nobody knew what combinations made which Grievel.
You know
So
what
that
people
was
are
pretty
really sad? The people that had like the super rare couriers that had a color that no one else had that were worth like $15,000.
Yeah.
And then Valve one day just said, you know what? They're now worth $5 because everyone's going to have access to that. That must have felt super bad. But, I mean, that is kind of weird to hold on to these items that cost that much. You don't really want people to abuse it. So I can understand it. But I do miss some of these aspects of the workshop personally.
I have some items that are worth a lot.
Really?
And I'm still worried that at some point it's going to change, but I don't really want to get rid of them yet.
How much
Yeah.
is a lot?
So I have
1
three
million.
items that are all 2K each.
Really?
Whoa.
And I think one of them should be at least 5K each.
Whoa, I hope you have malware bites
I do.
to protect yourself from the hackers that
Well,
are
I am
surely
from the
coming
Netherlands.
now.
I can't trade with anybody anyway.
Okay.
Now, are they hackers or
So
are they DDoSers?
are they actually worth anything then?
Yes,
Oh!
because I have some of the traders on my friends list, and I can gift stuff, and they can pay me in a real dollar.
Oh, have you done that before?
Yeah, one.
Oh,
One
okay.
because I used to have 4 of the items.
Oh,
That's against Steam's rules.
I don't think so.
You
I don't-
can't trade for real dollar.
I can gift something.
yeah,
and he
gifts are
gifted me
fine.
something back.
Didn't
we
you
just
just
exchanged
incriminate
gifts.
yourself, Shiva? I'm pretty
You
sure.
literally just incriminated
No,
yourself.
we exchanged gifts.
One
what
of
you do.
monetary value and one of digital.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Perfectly
stay on this
normal.
because I do want you to keep your Steam account, but you should definitely stop telling people this.
What do we have here? A QR
A
code.
QR code. Is it time to ban, perhaps?
Oh.
I would imagine so. Exclamation mark. And which heroes you don't want to see.
Will Tiny be banned?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Boy, is
Wow.
he going to get to 8,000 by the end of the tournament?
Listen,
Well, his value went down.
y'all need to listen
it?
up. Okay? FNATIC has technically, maybe if they do one challenge, enough money to buy Tiny. Y'all need to stop buying Tiny because there is a small chance FNATIC could blow their entire bank and buy Tiny for fun. Please, let it happen.
Let the memes
Leave
live.
Tiny alone. Let him live.
I thought you wanted big numbers.
Oh, they're big. They're
Wasn't-
very big.
Isn't the reason Tiny is at this level because
Yes.
of you?
Yeah.
Yes, but all criminals deserve retribution.
So, like, do you remember when we saw that little spreadsheet and it was like moderate, large,
How many times are you going to bring
very
this up?
big, and huge? You were like, it's got to be huge.
You're writing in bounties where the Chinese players have to type in a bunch of shit.
I'll
and we
take
can't-
criticism for the bounties being difficult to interpret for the day.
Well, to be fair, everybody had their own opinion in the back when we were talking about
Yeah,
this.
and in
true.
this case, I was the only one working on them, so the opinion stood.
No. Everyone had an opinion about Mr. Midas's big number change.
Yes.
Yes.
Numbers.
So I will take the brunt as most leaders do for my men.
But why did
Valid.
Tiny got reduced in value? Didn't he get reduced a little bit?
Yes, he did. Because
Why?
there is only a limited amount of moonbucks in an economy. It's not just free moonbucks willy-nilly.
So
Okay?
he just broke it. He hit
So
his ceiling.
you
essentially.
artificially adjusted his price.
No, we didn't. Why would you accuse me of that? Your hosting style is so weird. You just say back in production,
she
are you guys done or did you fuck it up again?
She incriminated herself, and now she's
Now you
incriminating
just you're
We're
going
going down the line here.
So what you're telling me is that the tournament is rigged. No, not at all.
Not at all.
Anyway,
I'm sure it'll work
there's
out.
a limited amount of boonbucks. Tiny can only get so expensive before that money is funneled back into the lower heroes.
Is that actually how it works?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes. The moonbuck mint can only make so many. It's
I
like
mean-
the gold standard. All of our money is exactly the same.
It's sort of true. I mean, except that the base value of the heroes are the original numbers that we saw the first couple days,
Yes.
and then we accelerated them with another equation. So in some ways, we are inflating prices.
In some ways, but it is made off of a bank of moon gold, just like
Gold.
the gold
The gold
the gold
standard.
standard.
Yeah. That's
So
what
it
Fortnite-
will funnel back in.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I would love to hear more about the lore behind the moonbuck.
Well, you know, Slacks. He just loves economists. He loves talking to them. He loves discussing the fine numbers. God. Maybe he'll make a podcast or something.
What is the lore behind the moonbuck?
Stop! Why are you like this? Usually you're so
Sucks.
good at
Sucks.
this
You know
job.
what? I actually, for this panel, I was like, who is on my panel? It's Slack, Sunspan, Purge. Yeah, I'll leave my notebook behind.
What the hell?
She knows that we're just that good. We can always just keep talking. We
Yes.
don't need any filler.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So I didn't bring my moonbuck, my
Whoa.
notebook.
Your moon book.
Is that where they're from?
They're from Shiver's
I
moon
knew
book.
it all along.
Ah.
Hey, you guys messed up the overlays. What is this,
Yeah,
Reginald?
you
The
gotta
pumpkin.
layer it properly.
Yeah, what is this?
Come on, Reginald, step it up.
So lazy. Speaking of Reginald, where is he? Where is Reginald
I
been?
mean, I think he quit considering everything that is on the floor here.
It just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yes. We
Ever
have a
since
bloodbath.
Reginald left, everything went
Reginald's
downhill.
dead in case you didn't notice the blood. He tried to pick up the money from Shiver's money gun one too many
no.
times and slipped.
So we shot him with money until he died.
Yes.
Shiver just
A
sits out
1,000
here.
paper cuts.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is that how you kill people if you're insanely wealthy?
Yes.
Like, would you like $100? They're like, yes. Would you like 10,000? And then you unload.
Oh my God. I definitely do it.
That does sound good.
Yes.
Do you
Evil
think?
geniuses.
Do you think you would actually die from that though? Because
If you,
know
shoot enough
normally.
money at someone, they will die.
Yeah, but that person has to first of all be naked.
What?
You shoot them until their clothes come off, and then you kill them.
Wow. Can we go through this in detail how that works, Purge?
No.
Just need more money.
More, big money,
Big money.
number, big money, more money.
You know, technically you could be crushed by the weight of money.
I'm sure people have done that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, by coins, yeah, but paper money, you need a lot of money. Actually, you Americans have $1 bills.
I'm
So
sure
I
Gabe
guess-
could do it.
I'm
pretty
too.
sure.
I'm sure there's quite a few people on the
Imagine,
planet that could do it.
imagine his bank account in $1 bills.
If Gaben kidnapped Sunsfan, took all of his money made in dollar bills, and dropped it from the ceiling,
Yes.
he would definitely die.
I mean, he could build a literal city
I mean,
out of the dollar
if you say
bill.
dropped it from the ceiling like that, the room's already packed. Like it can't fall down because the room is already packed. He'll suffocate before he'll be crushed under the weight.
What?
So she's basically saying that he's got so much money, it wouldn't fit in this room
Yes.
because there's a ceiling.
Yes.
Wait, this doesn't even make any sense. How could you suffocate?
She's saying there's so much, it wouldn't fit in the room, therefore you can't drop it because there's no space.
yes.
Do you understand what I just said? Because that's what she just said. At first I was like, why don't you just open the ceiling and then drop it from higher?
That was
But then I was like, but then it wouldn't be a room. Okay, I guess she has a really shitty point here.
Room.
Because you said drop
She
it
said
from...
oxygen would escape if.
She's saying there's
No,
not
it wouldn't
enough
escape.
space.
There's not enough space, and the money would take up the space
It's like
from the air as
There's
well.
too many $1 bills to fit in this entire building. That's how rich Gabe is.
Yes.
Therefore,
That's
you
true.
can't drop it because there's no space to lift it off the ground to drop it on somebody.
And then all the air is
It
out
doesn't fit.
because
What is
it's
with
all-
the air?
It's everything.
I
What are you
said,
talking
if
about?
anything, he'll
continuing-
die from suffocation before
Yeah.
Money
he gets
is
crushed
not
by the weight.
Money is not a.
She's continuing the example. of
Okay,
there's
I
not
really
enough
need
space.
to talk about science here because I'm super
Oh, I
confused.
can't wait.
Let's say we have a cylinder full of air,
Okay.
and you put in
Oh, I'm so into this.
something that isn't water. It's
Yes.
a physical object like dollar bills.
Yeah.
We have a cylinder that is perfectly the same size as dollar bills. And you start dropping
Wait, what?
dollar bills.
Cylinder
that?
that's
It's
shaped
really
like dollar
tiny.
bills. What does that mean?
It's just square that is literally
Shaped
So it's
like
not
that.
a cylinder.
It's like a billfold, basically.
This is already
So
started
it's
off
like
with
let's
disaster.
pretend this is a dollar bill,
Yes.
which it definitely isn't worth that much. And you put a container around it.
yes.
Okay.
And we
continue.
drop in dollars one at a time
Until it's full.
until it's full. You're telling me that there would be no oxygen in that container.
Not enough
Yes.
to survive.
Because
Yeah.
as you put the dollar bills in, the oxygen leaves.
Yeah.
But what if it
No
was
air.
sealed airtight when you put the money in?
Then you
doesn't-
can't put it in at some point.
Is it completely filled with dollar bills?
So you're telling me that if I have an airtight cylinder and I put a dollar bill in it, it would just float there because the oxygen
Okay,
wouldn't let it fall.
if you take all of the air out of the container and then magically fill it up with paper,
I'm not taking
yes,
it out.
There's no air.
I'm not taking it out.
You said it's airtight.
It is airtight so that the air can't leave, but then you put the money in.
So if there's a limited amount of air molecules that's based on the the pressure, the air pressure. So hypothetically, we could teleport money on the inside. The air would become more dense because it's got the same amount of air per volume, right? But
So you're
we're
telling me
reducing the
that-
volume with the same PV equals nRT. That's the equation. When V is volume, when the volume
Stop!
goes down,
Stop!
the
It's too
pressure
much.
on the other side.
This is literally the worst conversation I've ever been a part of. Thank
Something
you.
like that.
All
I
I'm
will remember
hearing
this
Something like that.
always.
is that I am right and Slacks is wrong.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
perfectly normal.
As
Yeah.
the volume goes
All
down,
things
the
are equal.
pressure goes up to compensate.
So the money would float.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Just please, no more. I am begging you, dear God. Literally anything else. What's your favorite hero, Purge? Let's change the subject.
Definitely atmospheric pressure.
All right, that's great.
It's just
So what you're saying
fun.
is void spirit.
Yeah, that's it.
Good.
It's gonna put money
Well, how
in a
about this?
house. Everyone's dead.
How about we reroute this conversation into the Dota realm? Shiver,
yes.
the new hero Snapfire.
Yes.
Name all the skills. Predict them.
Okay, I feel like I had this conversation earlier already. But
Oh,
it's been
good.
so long.
I mean, we can rehash it.
I
that's
can.
fine.
Yes. Okay. So she has cookies
Yeah.
that probably can either heal or replenish something, or could be removing something on the if you force feed something to
That's
the enemy.
Okay.
So you know, it could be evil or not
All right.
because it's either poisonous cookies
So it's
or
a
not.
buff or a debuff, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
And then she has. I think she by default rides the mount. But
Interesting. Okay.
I think they can also split up. We also saw the mount jump
Yeah.
very far, so he's got some kind of leap ability that is an aggressive one.
Uh-huh.
And she got a massive rocket. I think that must be her
That-
ultimate.
That's
Rocket?
what she said. Yeah.
She's
What do you mean rocket?
she's got like a machine gun.
That's not a rocket.
Thank you.
It's
for-
a
Look,
weapon.
I know you don't speak English, number one, but
Jesus Christ.
I just I didn't
Number
see a
one.
rocket, okay?
English number one.
Now, number one, imagine Purge walking into a fucking McDonald's. I ordered a cheeseburger. Now, I know English isn't your first language, number one.
No.
But please, no
Oh,
cheese.
no, I said English is not your number one language, is what I meant.
Okay.
That's why I said English is not your
English
number one.
number one. I don't know if I okay. Sorry, continue. English number one.
So it's a but it's a she has a machine
Right.
gun,
Right.
and then I feel like she also has an ability that actually separates her from her mount, but I don't know why.
Okay.
Really? It does definitely seem like that from the trailer, but I just feel like that's one of those like artistic license things you
Yeah,
gotta do.
maybe that.
Where like you're not gonna have the whole video of her being on her mount, you know? It's
Yeah.
it's
Right.
boring. Timbersaw's not always on his mission. Well, yeah, he's not always necessarily
Is it?
in his thing.
I think he is.
And maybe she'll have a passive.
All right. I'm gonna go through my version. If
Okay,
You guys don't mind.
go for
So, number one, the one that everyone always forgets about is the very beginning of the video. There's a trap. Do you guys remember this like Venus flytrap that
Yep.
traps something in?
Yep.
That's a skill.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's one of her skills. And then
That would explain my fourth skill.
Okay, and then the cookie one, like you're talking about, something you give to an ally or an enemy, whatever the case may be. Have absolutely no idea what it does. I'm not sure. Like the third ability would be like the machine gun thing.
You don't think those are
for
ultimate?
range.
Really?
Hmm?
I assume those are ultimate. All right, I'm sorry, continue.
I think the ultimate is the mount.
No!
Oh, we have the draft. I think when you
draft.
ultimate, you get a whole new set of skills. One of which is like the fireball for the mount, the leap for the mount, and your abilities actually change to the
So
mount.
Wow.
where's her mount come from in the meantime then?
She just calls it.
Or
she
aim.
whistles it, and then
Sure.
it comes or something.
Yeah, why not?
Like you press her ultimate, and all of a sudden, here's Toothless red version.
I don't
Yeah,
buy
by
that.
the way, how did they get away with that one?
Guys, here at Moonduck, we do not infringe on copyrights,
That's
so
right.
we will definitely not talk about
All right,
Toothless.
he is
right.
Toothless' sister or brother.
No, you can't say Toothless's brother. That is so wildly copyrighted.
No,
All right,
it's
cousin.
not.
No.
Cousin.
Second cousin.
They will have to call him Red Lizard Man to avoid any copyright infringement from any DreamWorks property, let me tell you.
Or
Missing teeth.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
please
No,
don't do it.
Beautiful.
Take it off.
take it off. Reginald.
Reginald, stop. We have made it this far.
I think it's stuck. I think it's stuck.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, yo yo.
Hey, look, Tiny's band. Wow.
Hey, surprise.
Wait, he did go down in part. Wasn't he like,
Yeah.
what the?
So who had Techies being third most expensive hero? Anyone?
yeah, that's
Anyone?
insane.
I think we underestimate the amount of votes Twitch chat was able to do
No.
during the entire tournament.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of no copyright.
Yeah, that's
Now,
right.
I do have to announce that this is here in my ear.
Did you? I didn't hear anything. Don't I hear the same as you?
Mr. Midas has given Vici Gaming a stipend for playing in the semifinals.
Okay.
Because technically that would not be fair to make them go
How did
through.
you hear that?
Yeah.
English number one.
They received a small stipend with this economy to be able to play through the grand finals. Of course, remember, this will be a big grand final, so they've got some money to spend, and they are barely.
Spend it all on game one.
They're all going to spend it on game one, I hope. Get that sucker out of
Hey,
here.
FNATIC is so rich.
They did a very good job. They played
Yes.
Midas mode.
And they also still played while Twitch chat was able to, because we changed that at some point, right?
Yes.
Yeah. that's-
And they played a lot still while Twitch chat was still able to pick.
But
four.
don't be mad at them because they made that meta.
Oh yeah,
And
they
that's
did.
what we like here at Midas.
Yeah, yeah, they broke it.
We like-
They deserve respect for that.
Yes, we like people that break things, that innovate, that really think about it, and then we do little patches. That's what Dota is all about. Finding what's broken and patching it. Until we finally get everything perfect. TI has every hero, and then we release 2 more to F it all up.
That's
God
right.
bless Ice Frog.
Okay.
It's a perfect system if you think about it.
It really is. He
Alright.
likes big numbers.
Oh, we didn't get any. We should have made some lore bounties. Why didn't we think about that? Like picking the
what?
brother or sister of a certain hero.
Oh, just
Yeah.
but then the only one is like what Lena CM.
I think that was. I remember reading that
the
on day one.
Jakiro Wyvern. Right?
But that's
They're-
not brother or sister.
They're related. I mean, whatever.
Related, sure. But
just-
which other heroes are related?
So what would you do? Like have one that would be like a lore question essentially, and if they happen to pick them both, then
Yeah.
you give them the points.
Or
for
just
doing
say
the
pick
research.
2 dragons, pick 2 something, pick 2 Taurus.
All of this is debatable.
It's very base level interesting, in my
Yes.
opinion.
You could have draft a Keen team. That would be fun.
Keen team
That
or
sounds cool.
What is a keen
like
team?
a water-based team.
You
a
know,
Keen team?
Tinker, Sniper,
Oh.
Clockwork,
Snapfire.
it's Timbersaw.
Snapfire.
It's Timbersaw.
And that's a fun fact. In the Snapfire trailer, I do believe that it confirms that he is a Keen.
She.
She.
No, Timbersaw is a Keen because we never knew.
Oh, right.
oh,
'Cause
he said cousin or something.
he's related
Yeah,
to.
that is actually his auntie.
Oh.
Yes.
Was Batrider related to them as well? I can't remember.
No,
He was
he's
just
a
in
troll
Okay.
who I hate. Out of all the heroes lore breaking that I hate, it's him the most.
Why?
He goes into a cave, he finds a bat, he rides it out.
That's pretty
His
cool.
name is Bat Rider.
That is-
That's it.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool though. That he
No.
it's a very.
That
friendly
is
bat.
cool.
And all of a sudden he cares about the bat, and the bat's like, no.
But it's cosmetics. He rides a robotic bird. He rides a toucan.
and
He
an
rides
owl.
an owl. His literal name
Stingray.
is Bat Rider.
Stingray. That's
A
my favorite.
stingray.
The
Yeah.
manta-
Yeah.
manta
Or
rays.
Manta.
How?
We should call him Owl Rider.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many cosmetic options
How
for mounts, though.
Drunk are you, Rex? We should call him the Owl
Here's the
Rider.
question, though. You have all these different animal mounts for Batrider. Why do other heroes not get the same treatment?
They do. Chen got different mounts.
Okay, Chen, sure.
Disruptor as
But
well.
why some not like Abaddon? Why is it always a dead fucking horse?
Yeah, and
Why
I
is
guess
it always
Mirana
dead?
is always a cat, but always a different type of cat.
Right.
Because that's called lore. That's what you're supposed to do. It's not always a cat. There's a bunny. There's a
Yeah,
fish
The
monster.
bunny, I want that.
It's like the
so bad.
dragon scale.
Oh,
one
there's
I
a
use
fish
that one.
monster, but the fish is a catfish. So you know,
That is true.
Coddle, I think, rides a reindeer in
yes,
that.
a reindeer and a mule.
Maybe it's just Abaddon.
unicorn.
No, because Abaddon also writes.
He has some weird
dead
ones too.
Yeah, he writes dead. What's it called? So a ram.
Yep.
Oh,
You're
that's
just
true. The one
wrong.
I use
And-
is actually just an alien.
You're
right?
actually
Yeah.
a
just
literal
wrong.
alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. I apologize.
Thank
the
you.
lore is perfect.
CK always rides horses though.
No.
Or does he also have a ram?
No,
has
he
a
has
dog?
He has a dog. Yeah, the dog.
He has
is
a
really
dog.
Good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best one.
The Cerberus.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't think it's.
Made by the great Terracotta, one of
It's
my favorite
true.
sets of all time.
I've memorized all the cosmetics and their lore implications.
I guess Luna also rides dragons.
Face. The terror in your face.
It's a lot of reading.
I like to read.
Did we miss any
Ooh, Dark
mounted
Willow.
heroes?
Very
No.
nice.
Dark Willow. I like it.
Is Morphling available?
Yes, he's cheap too.
Wow. Okay, this is a perfect morph pick for Vici if they can get him.
I don't understand why FNATIC won't just spend the money. Spend the money more. You have so much.
Because they're trying to win Midas mode.
That is true.
Yeah, but
There's
at the
always-
same time, it's like do they want to save that much for the next game? It's like, don't you want to just focus on winning?
Spend the money.
If they have a gold advantage and they're spending, I mean, they've already spent what half? They haven't picked their third hero, but they're spending less than Vici. Keep the Moonbuck advantage, accomplish your challenges, pick relatively good drafts, and if you really need to, you can spend the big bucks.
Big money.
Big money.
Do you think they can get away with Morphling on Fnatic just to take it away? I mean, this is like a super obvious morph pick for Vici, right?
Because the Sand King and
Yes.
stuff.
Sand
Sand
King
King and
Dark
Willow. Yeah.
Yeah, supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Wow.
one. Very, very nice.
They didn't let that become an oversight.
Nice.
Now, what's a combination you can get with Morphling that would fit into this lineup?
Earthshaker.
1,000 Moonbucks. What do
Where
they
they
spend it?
have plenty. They could buy Earthshaker every game.
Well, for Fnatic,
And
it
nothing
doesn't
else.
matter that the end. Like, it's even easier for them. If he's still gonna buy an axe, you're still gonna be able to go into Willow and Sand King. You're still gonna be having a nice game.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I keep thinking about the taking your ally.
Yeah. But you know, it'll be nice either way.
You know, next Midas mode, why don't we just change all the avatars of the heroes to their old versions? Like, every time I look at Puck, I'm like, why can't I see the old Puck?
The hideous
It's
monstrosity.
it's so bad, it's
10
good. It's one
seconds
of those
remaining.
things, you know?
Yes.
Are you talking about the original icon?
The original, yeah.
The super
It
ugly
was like a
one.
bulbous
seconds
Puck.
remaining.
I'm sure Reginald can find us the original picture and just make it huge.
I also like hideous lion too.
Yes, Lion. Oh,
Oh.
that's true. He was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
They made him
They changed
somewhat
him a lot,
acceptable
right?
now. Yeah.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I also liked old PA too. They tried to make her like some anime girl.
PA. I don't remember her
Phantom
being
Assassin?
any different.
She used to be quite ugly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like very green.
Yes.
You know, it's like she was very, I don't know.
What's wrong with being green?
It was like all the colors were very like just a little weird and
What do you have?
didn't look as
Jaundice?
cool.
There's actually a lot with being green. You should not, your skin tone should not be green.
It should not. You're gonna be sick if that's the case.
Or yellow, in fact.
Well, if you're yellow, then your liver doesn't work properly.
That's right. Get checked out.
Or Lyme's disease.
Hey, Sons, remember
Yeah, but
when
Lyme
we were
disease
at
is also a
We
liver
Play and I thought I had jaundice?
Oh yeah, your fingers were blue.
My
right?
my fingers were all blue.
Why? What happened?
And it happened. I thought I was having heart problems,
Yeah.
and then it turns out that the
5
desk we were
seconds
working
remaining.
on was painted blue, and I just didn't wash my hands for 2 days.
Yeah. At first I was genuinely worried. I'm like,
Me too.
and then I was thinking, you know, this is Slacks. He's literally just the stupidest person I've ever known. So I just need to ask him basic questions, right? Have you washed your hands recently? He's like, it's been 2 days. I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? You're in Ukraine and you haven't washed your hands in 2 days.
Well, the problem was like while we were
Fucking
casting, we would
disgusting.
get like excited to have my hands on the table, and then after I was yelling, I thought maybe I got super excited, my heart was pumping, and then my hands were getting blue.
What were
And then they would go away later in the day when I wasn't casting because I touched shit.
What were you doing? Like your dick when you went to the bathroom? What'd you do with your hands
What
after
are you
that?
talking about? If that was
Fucking
something I
wash-
did,
Do you wash
then
your
I-
hands when you go to the bathroom?
What?
Do you wash your hands when you go to the bathroom?
Deflect, Slack. Deflect. There's
Say-
no good answer.
Say again, my English is not very good.
Number one English.
Look, I know your English is not number one, but
Listen, I don't
your
want to
second
talk about
language.
my private life.
okay, it's not your life anymore when I have to touch the same mouse and keyboard as you.
Whoa! Now,
Seconds remaining.
if you would like to know, I have trained myself over a lifetime of practice.
Since that moment, yeah.
No,
What?
I
What did you train for specifically?
I can go more than 24 hours without using the restroom quite easily.
Oh, is it
Actually, yeah, this is
you
true.
holding it thing. Okay.
No, I don't even feel the urge. I'm like a camel.
It's actually incredible.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's
I wish
because
I
of
had
Does it just not mean that you're not drinking enough water? Do you hydrate?
No, I hydrate a lot. It's actually
When
because
we-
the international. Back when I started working at TI, I had to work so much so fast. I did not have time to do a bathroom break. So I had to train myself to not be able to use the restroom. I do it once in the morning when I leave the hotel, and then right before bed.
I like
That's
FNATIC
it.
Draft better.
So this is the one, huh? This is the one where we're gonna bring it back. All right, I can agree with that one.
It looks like a real lineup.
Said Fnatic.
I said FNATIC.
2,000 moonbucks almost from Vici Gaming on this draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, after this one, they're gonna have to ask for some more moonbucks.
They
I guess.
burned through the site.
Well, they can go get a couple other ones
Yeah.
from the bounties.
They can do their challenges again.
Yeah.
They did. I'm not a toxic player right before the game ended. I don't think I worded it to make that impossible.
Yes.
Also, they started doing it after their opponents GG'd, so I'm not sure what the admin decision was, but
You know, Purge, did you watch the newest season of Stranger Things?
yep.
You kind of look like a skinny version of the cop with the floral shirt and the cool
yeah.
mustache.
Yeah, that's true.
Looking pretty good.
Jim Halpert. You know he likes esports, right?
Jim
Really?
Halpert?
Yeah.
What esport?
I saw him tweet at Day 9 before. He like
No.
yeah.
That
That's
guy
pretty
just
awesome.
keeps getting cooler and
He's a
cooler,
gamer.
man.
Pretty nice.
Cool, man.
Could we see the draft again?
I think that's what I saw. Pretty sure.
What's your problem?
Draft, please.
Could we see the thank you. I will go up. All right. Fnatic.
Which draft gave you confidence?
Well, I just feel like I can't bet against a Morphling when there's a Sand King, Earthshaker, or Dark Willow in the game.
And there's
And
two of the
two
three.
of those three.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just every time it gets to like 30 minutes and those heroes are in the game, Morphling just destroys.
How does it make you feel that they picked a Medusa against a Nyx assassin?
Yeah, that's very weird, right? Mana Burn just destroys her.
But that's also the second cheapest hero in the entire draft.
Yeah. That's
So
weird.
Maybe value. That actually makes the hero sound like if it was a normal draft, I'd just be ragging on Dusa, but I'm like, she's cheap.
Yeah?
Oh well.
Yeah, but was the last pick really the time to cheap it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard of a counter would you say Nyx is? To
Not
Medusa?
that
Oh,
bad.
it's not
Mana
that
Burn.
huge.
Spike
Mana Burn
Carapace is pretty good
pretty
too, though.
big, though.
Yeah, I'd say pretty big. Spike Carapace is real nice.
Like, you have to get BKB on Medusa, and that sucks. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of want to link it.
We just got to get Snake off. Get
Yeah,
that
but
mana
you can
back.
just
Spike
stand at the
Carapace
back.
that as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big Spike Carapace right there.
As long
Yeah.
as you press her ulti first, it's not the worst. But
Yeah, I'll go with Fnatic.
On this one, 100%.
100%.
Gracious.
I agree. I trust those heroes a lot more.
I don't think Beachy's that bad. I think it's good, in fact.
What?
Nyx Assassin, what's he gonna do?
What's it gonna do?
Think that
Nyx Assassin
Dusa's
gonna
gonna
do-
win?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, you know what would have been actually busted in this tournament? Like allied creeps stacking with a Dusa.
Yeah,
You
that's
could have
Yes.
gotten so fucking farmed,
yeah.
like insanely farmed.
Wow.
Nobody did
Okay.
it.
But the thing is, like, and this is something we didn't see that much of. The enemy team could easily counter that by just ganking the creeps. That's
Yeah,
actually
just
worth
We
kill
saw it a
them.
little bit. I
did?
heard there were some cases where teams would like the creeps would spawn, they'd smoke into the enemy jungle, pick up a couple.
Yeah.
It's super worth it, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is find it.
Yeah, you just smoke gank like the ancient area, and I mean that's a huge stack.
Yeah, and
for
oh, these
especially.
creeps do break the smoke though.
No, actually, Roche
don't?
breaks the
Yeah,
smoke.
Roche
Oh,
does.
just Roche, not the
Yeah.
creeps.
No.
All right.
We saw many smokes with the creeps.
So what does Betway think about this this series? Because we have some odds for the full series, I think.
Who do you think's favored?
Okay, we're trying to find a Roshan.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither, because he's right there.
They need someone to stand over there.
Can someone stand over there? Oh, I see Molly's asking for some. Oh, everybody is just tired.
Please.
Oh,
play
please.
Roshan, please.
It's only 2 in the morning. For the love of God, do some physical activity.
What?
Molly, you should be Roshan.
Mally
Yeah.
be Roche.
That's
Molly
true.
be Roshan.
Yay!
He has yet to do it. Everyone needs to do it once.
Yes, I agree.
Get your ass in there and get some
And the
aggression.
problem
It's
is,
pretty fun, actually.
yeah, Shiver, you're gonna be go down as the best Roche probably.
Yeah.
You destroyed everyone and it was with one hand. I don't know how anyone could beat that.
Maybe it's easier with one hand.
Was it your right or your left?
It was only my right hand, but at some point I did grab it with both because I had
course.
to hit so many.
Makes sense.
That's ferocious.
And I also had to press all the buttons.
It's more
and
like a
it's very
club
tricky.
then.
Yes.
Very scary.
So there it is.
Huh.
Oh, so Vici's favored.
Yeah, what do you... Oh, forget
Why?
about
For the
draft.
series. For
Yeah.
the series.
Can you respect that helmet? What do you do?
This is my footrest.
No, it is not. That is the helm of an astronaut.
Is it though?
Is this what we want the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex to think when they tune in, Sheever?
Do you guys agree with these odds?
I don't agree with these.
I
Well,
think it would be close.
it's
to,
for the series rather than for the game, but I
Yeah.
still think FNATIC is a little better. And I wonder if Vici Gaming, because they have, they both have relatively new lineups. I don't know.
I feel like, I mean, FNATIC was the one that went to the grand finals immediately, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So in theory, they should be the favorites, but this, yeah, I would say it should be closer than this, probably.
Yeah. What happened when they faced each other?
Oh, Sheever's looking it up. That's why you should have brought your notebook. But
It's
no.
not in the notebook.
Did FNATIC even lose a game? Or didn't lose a series, for sure.
I can't take out.
No, I don't believe they
Almost
did.
every
they lost the
series has
game.
been 2-0, hasn't it?
Yeah, when they played eHome, they lost game
That's
1.
right.
They won
That's
game
right.
2, and they won game 3.
And they won game 3. Don't look at the
Convincing.
VOD.
The VOD has been deleted, so don't look for it for sure.
Yes.
It
But-
was a 2-0 for FNATIC last time they faced.
Ooh.
But Vici, this was a time where Vici was saving their money, so they didn't want to show full strength. The whole strategy was saving your money because they just wanted to random, and then we changed the economy.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's times for saving your money and there's times for winning games.
True.
You got to balance the two, and if they can't, we'll see if they can this time.
I mean, Dota players are, they're all about efficiency. And even if it means risking not taking a Rax when the bounty rune comes up, entire teams will go back just to get that stupid-ass bounty rune, just because the fact that they could lose it means more than gaining something. Simple psychology trick that they use in casinos, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, let's say that I ask if you would like to roll on a game of chance. And if you win, I'll give you $200. Is it hard to say no?
Well, it depends on what the alternative is.
No, it's just, we're everyone.
Do you lose something if you don't get it right?
There's 4 of us sitting in a room. I
Yes.
say, hey, guys, pick a number. I'm going to throw it on the wheel. And whoever's right gets $200.
I mean, there's no
There's no downside.
downside.
Exactly. So what do you do?
You
course.
pick a number.
Now, let's say that I walk into a room and I give each of you a $100 bill. And I say, guys, we're going to play a game. Whoever gets the right dice on this wheel, you get $100, but you have to pay me $100 to get, or you get $200, but you have to pay me $100 to get in.
Right.
Yeah.
I would keep the $100.
I would also keep the $100.
Easily. No hesitation at all.
None.
No, you don't get to keep it.
So it's free money. It's like
Oh, for the last time, Malware Bites is here.
Oh, this is it!
Finals
You don't
will
need
be
money
kept
for this. It's
intact, and
free.
the integrity is held up to the highest standards. Can Malware Bites prevent anything from happening? And will this guy find anything? So many threats found,
fear.
but have no fear, because Zero
Yes!
is here.
Download
Reduce
it.
the threats. Get it.
Destroy
the
it.
link below the stream will help you keep your PC safe so you too can enjoy the finals without any malware interruptions.
Malware shit.
Throw it already. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Thank you very
Oleg.
much,
That was a
Shiva.
throw.
Thank you very much, panel, and thank you very much, of course, Malware Bites, for keeping us safe. I'm Odie Pixel here with Kyle, and we're getting ready for the grand finals here in the international area of Midas Mode 2. It's FNATIC versus Vici Gaming. We've got the 2 drafts rolling in. Both teams able to play with a bit of money, at least in this Game 1 draft. Who do you think spent it the wisest? Kyle, looking at these 2 lineups, what sort of jumps out at you?
I think I gotta lean FNATIC here, I think. I just feel like they have the answers. You got the DK and the Nyx against a core Puck. This is like an impossible hero to play here. And the 23 Savage Morph. Like, this guy almost made it to TI with a brand new stack on the back of primarily his prowess at this hero.
I mean, is there, like, so what's the biggest worry for the Morph this game? I mean, what's the potential for Vici Gaming in terms of killing him in the mid-game? Or are they sort of saying, hey, we've got to do so, we're going to take this late, or do you never want to be doing that against the Morph?
Hard to say. I think Medusa, it's all about the timing push. The Mega Late game, you're going to lose. But you can hit this point, maybe your 3rd item, where you just start going high ground with a bunch of stun and peel behind you. Morph won't have the items to actually contest. And it's actually a really good counter to the Enigma. I love Medusa against it because pure damage, effectively all the mana shield damage you take is pure. And in addition, you pop your ulti and all of a sudden Enigma can't hold unless he's facing away from you, which is challenging.
Yeah, we're going to have to see Enigma be very careful how he does commit for the old black holes. We'll see things to start off. Obviously, you'll see the all chat going all game. A lot of bounties on the table today.
Oh, yes.
And with the amount of money in terms of moonbucks that teams were spending on this Game 1 draft, they are going to try and do their best to build that balance back up for the future lineups. As it's going to get pretty tough if you end up going down a game and down financially in moonbucks. We'll see around the ruins, see if anyone's able to take anything. Quick scout around the pit. Roche coming out. Not going to be able to find anything. The courier there at the moment. NB's going to miss the initial stun. They won't be able to do anything there, FNATIC. And the courier, though, will be lost. Ori does end up finding it as he's able to run it down. They were trying to maneuver it around, but unable to keep it away from that puck. So there's no courier for the first few minutes here for FNATIC, which could mean a bit of a hit to them in that mid lane. I guess it is a DK, so at least a hero that shouldn't necessarily need a emergency regen that badly, but we'll see if the Deucer can abuse it. Okay.
All right. So, core Dark Willow bottom lane. Is that what this is?
It looks to be the moment PYW. I think no, Yang's here.
Yeah, no.
Yang was just moving down here.
Would have been cool though. As I say, it jabs.
Yeah. And they go. He's going to get hit twice by the root. Run him down. Won't quite have the damage to finish him off, but Jabs is prepared, has salves and clarities ready.
Yeah, this is a really tough lane for the Jakiro morph. Jakiro's a strong laner, but you have so much mana cost for your Q. It's very difficult to trade Willow, Sand King. Just throw out both their spells, and you're going to effectively force a salve on either target.
We'll see how much Jabs can do in that sense. The mid lane. I mean, I guess what this is a lane where DK, he should have the passive regen to stay in the lane, but at the same time, the old snake's going to get quite annoying, isn't it?
Yep.
Just constantly burning his mana, meaning that there's not the chance to keep frequently spamming out the Breathe Fire. We'll see if he does get the Soul Ring to at least offer some sort of answer to that and allow him to get the range creep of each wave.
He's doing great so far, though. Moon, slight lead. Did not have a Mango purchase to start the laning phase, so quite nice. Be interesting to see how this game progresses. Febi's just straight up jungling, so it's that same scenario as we saw yesterday, where if you effectively allow the enemy side to play 4 lanes, you're gonna fall behind if you don't get things done around the map. And for Vici specifically, it's gonna be difficult for them to take towers early unless this Deuce has a very nice start.
Yeah, well, of course, Febi with the same item build that we saw him go the other day, those brown boots first. He does like that when he's going for the Enigma in the jungle. And we'll see they're holding on the lane in good position for Ori up top. It's pretty much not missing a single CS there. 15 for 9 on the last hits and denies on the top lane puck.
Yep. He knows they put the puck in the safe lane just because that matchup against DK is so difficult.
We'll see back towards bottom. Bit of a setup here from the Shadow Realm. PYW punches into Jabs. The kill, though, is going to be up top. Ori is able to find Ninja Boogie with the help of the 2 of them. Down bottom, Vici, they're not done. They get Jabs. Savage, he's got to be careful. We'll be able to knock back Yang with the strike. 2 kills up and down the map already, and Savage does have to be very, very careful. He's going to have the Jakiro coming back in. Jabs is there with the salve. Get Savage back up to full. Now they can turn, look towards Yang. Yang getting burnt down by the dual breath. PYW and Yang ready to go in aggressively, in fact, with the Burrow Strike. And the Bramble mate's locking him down. They're hunting for him. Will they be able to find him in time? Go through the trees? Not quite. They won't get the hit from the Shadow Realm, PYW, but he may just get the kill anyway. With the right clicks, he will. Jabs will fall. They get the trade. Also, once more, looks like DY able to find Ninja Boogie. Him and Ori killing off Ninja Boogie twice within a minute. As soon as he's back to the lane, he's out of it again.
I really like that decision from PYW to go for the kill. Because there's no TP on Jabs, it ensures he'll be able to make it to the lane first. So this whole creep wave is won. It's a super favorable trade because that TP is on cooldown. Because now you're going to be able to apply so much pressure here before the Jakiro can arrive. And oh my god, 23 Savage is dead.
Ooh, he is indeed.
There you go.
It's
'cause
exactly
where's
as you
Hero?
said,
He's
yeah.
Still
There's
tier 2.
There's nothing, no one there to help him out. I mean, and he knew that. That was 23 Savage just a little bit far out of position on that bottom lane, coming a little too close to the two of them whilst Jabs was not in the neighborhood. Already PYW even setting up to cause some issues for Jabs trying to get across towards the lanes, able to grab the creep wave, drag it around. Vici Gaming continue to play this bottom lane very smartly.
Yeah, they're doing really well down here. Big downside of the morph is that if you get ahead in the laning phase, you obviously dominate, as we've seen many times before. But when you fall behind, no real recovery mechanics. And Dark Willow Sand King, it doesn't get any easier for you in this laning phase. Surprised he didn't put any points in wave form. I typically see the 1-1-4 going for the full aggression build, but not sure I like it here.
We're not going to see around these 5-minute runes. Ori will be able to pick it up. Does get stunned by MB. He's got the ball charges and a phase shift. Will manage to get him out of there. DY, he's trying to turn and look towards MB. The Spike Carapace catches him off guard though, and the Witch Doctor falls. Ori now turns for the kill onto Febby. In fact, no, he prioritizes getting the rune. Lets Febby live there, as he won't stick around for that final right click. Does not want to risk the chance of letting that bounty rune go the way of FNATIC.
Yeah, you get a nice 3-man shrine though. Moon's happy with that. He'll be able to go back mid with that ultimate prepared. And Eurus, he's got to be cautious here because typically Deuces like to rotate out. You can even see the stacks that he's got in his jungle. But you don't want to start farming there against the DK because he'll just immediately breathe fire your wave, start pushing down your tower. So you got to be cautious. Make sure you're always able to plant yourself on that objective.
Now we'll see how much Moon is able to push on with this little bit of a window if he does want to. Back down bottom, PYW has left the area. He's going to find himself a rune. Oh no, in fact, the rune just left as it spawns up top in his rune here. See if either team wants to try and find the setup, or be just DY taking it away from Moon. As DY heads over and we'll scout out a little bit of the activity of Febby.
This is smart from Vici. They're going to put the Willow mid. There isn't much pressure a DK can output, and the Dusa was able to kill the catapult off. So now you can effectively just get this critical support, some free levels, as Dusa takes her stacks. This is ideal. Febby's caught.
Yeah, DY with that setup from the Invis is all the information that Ori needs to know that he can safely commit for the play. Going for the TP out. It's not going to make it though, as Moon does come in with the point of the Dragon Tail. With that Elder Dragon form, he's beaten down pretty hard onto Ori as Ori is attempting to run away. But Moon, he'll find the one kill. He can even look for the second here. DY does have a paralyzing cask available, but Febby's in. He's outnumbered. Does get the cask out, but he's already dead. Moon, great move there over towards the triangle to pick up 2 kills for himself.
Yep, and in the meantime, 23 Savage down bot picks up the kill. The downside of getting this Willow XP and Deuce at jungle camps is, of course, that now your Yang off lane is completely alone, and all of a sudden there's more starting to free farm. And we'll have complete dominance down here. They're actually going to need to bring another hero to be able to slow down FNATIC. It does ensure the Deuce's place up top of the net worth charts, but at what cost? And actually just top of CS, never mind. Net worth is currently led by Moon, thanks to those 2 kills.
And a good bit of damage onto the tier 1 in the mid lane as well, getting that pressure on. Still over a 1k lead for Vici Gaming. Very close, and definitely the threat there every time that timer comes around with the Elder Dragon form. Bottom Yang goes for the Burrow Strike, but with the morphing already occurring, there's no chance of bursting 23 Savage in this situation. He's playing a lot smarter now, a little safer, making sure not to sit too low against the potential burst of Vici Gaming's heroes down bottom. Now, of course, they are getting away with this, FNATIC. Having Febby on the Enigma, they haven't necessarily been punished at all, really, in their 3 lanes. They're doing very, very well for themselves. And now top, DY will be safe. He's got the healing coming out, as well as the TP from PYW, as they'll now attempt to turn, look towards MB. But try and turn things around with the Spike Carapace. Febby comes across. That's going to mean the cast will bounce between the 2 of them. Ninja Boogie's dead. Febby will be chased. Eurus is coming in as well to see if they can finish this off. So Febi's got the movement speed to keep the distance. They're still chasing on. Moon's going to be there with the wraparound and Elder Dragon form as Febi turns. Malefic's out. Ice Path catches out the Dark Willow. Febi still alive underneath the tower. Finally falls. But they should be able to get some trades out of this one. Both DY and PYW are going to be in trouble as DY will fall. PYW on an attempt to get out of there with the Shadow Realm, but he cannot. Spike Carapace from Ninja Boogie. No, sorry, and the Vendetta to finish it off. That will do it.
Did blow the ultimate to make that happen, but it's still a quality turnaround. 8-8 the score, 9 minutes in. Relatively even for all parties. Enigma will hit level 6 though, so Febi is looking to rush that Arcanes into mech. Then he can look to get active, maybe even go for towers here. FNATIC have a lot more tools to kill those objectives, which is arguably the primary way you deal with a hero like Dusa. You got to try and deny this triple camp up top near his shrine specifically.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Look at Vici Gaming's Live. They don't really have anyone to hit towers. Like, which of these heroes is going to siege? I mean, but late game, I guess the Dusa. But that's sort of the late game. You're not going to be a point of this match yet where you're happy with having this Dusa hit towers for quite some time.
Yeah. Top Ori.
Good to see an attempt onto the Jakiro. We'll miss the Waning Rift though. Doesn't land the full combo, and Jabs is able to wait out the Dream Coil and just walk it off. A bit of a misplay there from Ori. Does at least stop the push, but does mean the Dream Coil is unavailable to make plays with now.
Yeah, there's 5 Radiant heroes clustered around this top shrine though. Febi will retreat back towards the mid lane, but they have abandoned bottom. Not sure if that's value. We'll see. Yang's rushing Blink. You don't see this very often on Sankings anymore.
No, I'm much more used to seeing them build those early game sort of tank items to just allow them to walk into the center of the fight. I mean, I guess, hey, we can always see the potential with the flashy plays. They do have good team fight between, well, pretty much all the heroes. They don't really need to do so. If they can get him with the Sand King, follow up with the old Death Form Maledict, the AoE control offered from the Puck and the Willow, there is potential, but does mean that the Sand King will be vulnerable if he gets caught out of position. And B on the hunt. He's going to find Juris. Get the shrine popping in time. Ninja Boogie will be able to walk away. No threat. Or he does have the Dream Coil back up now. See what he wants to go for. Moon, pop the Dragon Form, getting aggressive. The Dream Coil only need to connect onto the Nyx Assassin. They'll lead in with the stun. Febi sent back by the Fear as well as the Dragon Knight. They're getting forced back into the Bramble Maze. They'll try and pop a smoke. They're not quite far enough away. Febi focused by the Shadow Realm hit. PYW is hunting. Got one more Fat Malefice to try and slow down the Willow, but the Cursed Realm, it's out onto Febi as he slowly ticks. The stun will connect. In they go and take him down. The Dark Willow, PYW gets the kill. Febi will fall without the chance of getting the Black Hole off. The fight will continue. Those Moon with the remainder of the Elder Dragon form tries to find Ori. They jump away to the orb. Keeps Ori safe, and Moon won't be able to find the kill.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Moon hesitated there. He went for the TP out, then regrouped and wanted to fight. There's no way they're killing a DK in that engagement. They'd already used so many spells. Febi dies. He was kind of hiding on the side, thought about casting his ult, and then just ended up feeding. But they get a lot of pressure out of it. However, still a 2k gold lead for Vici. Morph on top of the net worth charts, however. And I like the build from Savage, not going for anything fancy. Just a couple of Wraith Bands, Mask of Death, straight into the Manta. You need to build that way when you're playing against a Willow and a Puck, of course.
Radiant's middle tower is
We'll
under
see
attack.
who's able to get the push on. Still, obviously, the fact that neither team has been able to find a tier 1 tower yet. Ninja Boogie heads up. And Sentry in position will get hit by the Cursed Crown. Chase him down, finish him off. I know for sure that there's some good warding around this area, so we'll think twice before making a move there. Space is out. 423 Savage to finish off that tier 1 mid, though. So the Morphs free farming does continue. Keeping him very much at the top, of course. Just behind Juris. Juris still the one who's able to hit the more of the creeps. Top CS at the moment, 120 at 13 minutes in.
Net worth in the favor of Savage still, though, thanks to those kills. Still no towers taken by either team, but I expect
They got the mid tower.
soon. Oh, wow, you're right, yeah. When did that
Literally only just then. Yeah, 23 Savage was able to find the space for it. And now top, Moon is going to be able to find a second. Able to jump in. Yang unable to hold Moon off the tower.
Blink Rush on both the DK and the Saint.
Yeah.
So we might see both sides looking to get frisky. Epi coming in.
Oh, I think it's enough damage. They're going to try and focus this. Febby looking to get in position, but already the Kursk bouncing out as well as the Death Ward. It's enough. That's going to be a Dead Moon DK. Combo, catching him off guard. Febby unable to help with that Kursk bouncing between the two of them. That's Moon gone off the map. Very important member, a very important hero that, for the most part, for FNATIC have been pushing objectives around. So giving them a little bit of breathing space for Vici Gaming without him on the map. So the pressure really is there for Eurus, this Medusa, to be the big late game carry they need. They are starting to lose these towers.
You can see the circle drawn. Jabs wants to go finish off that bottom tier 1 ASAP if possible. Ninja Boogie will pop the invis, going for the max carapace build. I like it here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Febby will
attack.
finish his mech shortly as well. That'll increase the FNATIC teamfight sustain considerably. It'll be interesting to see who looks to get aggressive first. Vici might want to mount a defense around the next objective fight. You don't want to just let your jungle be taken.
No, especially not this early at the pre-15-minute mark. We'll set up for the control down bottom, making sure that they have this area around the 2 bounty runes. See if they can find anyone at the moment. It is both the Jakiro and DK keeping themselves close to the tower.
Another 2-for-2 bounty exchange as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Both sides playing relatively disciplined.
And able to get some deep wards down, FNATIC. Which will limit the areas that Vici Gaming can afford to have Eurus farming safely. We'll go for the smoke towards mid, see if they can do anything about Savage. It's not an easy jump. They'll get it with the bow stroke. Do they have enough chain disable to kill them off? It's looking pretty good with the Death Ward. It will be enough to find that kill. Now they can turn though. FNATIC, they've got the numbers in, focusing down Yang. Yang trying to get himself out of the Midnight Pulse and will be able to with the bow strike up to the high ground. Yang survives. Excellent control there between the heroes of Vici Gaming, leaving no chance for Savage to play his way out of there. They'll also end up finding jabs down bottom. Ori in with the jump, and Eurus able to get himself involved, and now it will be the opportunity for Vici Gaming to start hitting the towers. Ori's found though. Blink forward and an instant Dragon Tail stun catches out the puck. And that will put a stop to the push for now down bottom.
Really good play by both sides there. I like how Vici made a move in 2 places at once, but FNATIC, of course, not going to take that line down, immediately find a counter kill on Ori bottom. Both sides playing some decent Dota. Like the Spirit Vessel pick up on the Willow as well. You could see that Moon might have wanted to get aggressive there in the mid lane, but once you're Vesseled, not only can you not blink, but obviously that regen from your passive is also going to be neutered.
Yeah, for sure, both Moon and Savage have to be careful whilst that's in play. And there are charges available. BKBs are going to be the item for the 2 of the course. And we'll start to work towards them right now. Bottom lane. Ninja Boogie trying to find a bit of space to push out a lane alone. But Ori and DY jumping from the trees. Stun does stop the Death Ward. PYW is able to lay down an extra route across the tree line. Ninja Boogie will be found.
He just wants to finish his Midas. Second time he's died, less than 200 gold away.
He's so close. Certainly going to be some pain there for the Nyx Assassin. And this time round, they will finally manage to find their first tier 1 tower themselves off the map.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Pushing in Yang with that extra gold. He's got his next item done. The Veil's out. Excellent team for the Veil to have huge impacts. As already he's looking to make plays on his own. Jumps in onto jabs with the epicenter. See the opportunity for a solo kill and no hesitation from Yang. 5k lead now for Vici Gaming. So they are really starting to break ahead. Ninja Boogie. It's going to be silenced. The bounce is out with the cast. There's a black hole from Febby. He's going to look to try and rectify things for FNATIC. But there's no follow-up. It was only on to DY, and DY is able to walk away with the Vita Restoration. Finally, 23 Savage will turn up and put Witch Doctor's life to an end. The rest of Vici Gaming, Ori, PYW trying to get out of there, but now Eurus is in. In fact, Eurus, he's got the DD room ready to go. The Dream Coil down, catching out Savage. Savage trying to use the abilities of the Willow to escape, but now the jump is in with the Burrow Strike, the Stone Gaze locking down the Morphling. Savage is trapped and caught.
nice. A DD on the Morphos, or sorry, on the Medusa as well. Really nice rotation. It's very important that he farmed in the direction of this bottom engagement, and all of a sudden Vici take a commanding lead, 6,000 gold. They kill the critical target of FNATIC. Very surprised that the Febby Enigma chose the Black Hole, just the Witch Doctor. I am not sure that was ideal. And 23 Savage also, he had got the kill with his adaptive and then waveform forwards into death. And then continued chasing in Willow form. Not ideal.
We've seen a couple of slip-ups from Savage. Needs to be careful, as each and every time that happens, you are going to see Eurus's farm just skyrocket in comparison.
He is absolutely enormous. 244 CS in less than 20 minutes. It's a lot of CS, folks.
Just closing in on the butterfly at a very, very quick timing. Arguably one of the quickest we will have seen on a Medusa. Up top, instant blink from Moon gets him out before Analytics is down. They do scan this out, FNATIC, but it's almost certainly just going to be a defensive scan. No reason to get aggressive themselves, especially when they've still got 90 seconds before the black hole's available. 20 minutes in, time to contest the bounty runes once more. They'll hold on to their own on FNATIC on the top. They don't want to try and go over to the other half of the map. They do find Ori in the river, though. That'll be a quick kill to start things off. Yang's going to try and go back in with the epicenter and will get himself straight on top of Febby. Death Ward's down. Febby pops the mech, but already he's ticking down low. He's going to pop. Now Moon. Can he find anything in return? He's on top of PYW. PYW pops the stick charges. Tries to hide. Goes for the TP out, but he is burning. Slowly but surely will not be able to escape. Jabs with the fire down. Kills off the Willow.
Talk about a song of ice and fire. Moon's gonna have a BKB soon. That'll be nice for FNATIC, but it does mean that this Dragon Knight will not be scaling very well at all in this game. No build-up items, no accelerating items whatsoever.
We have seen so far Yang, this early BKB is certainly paying off for the Sand King. He's been incredibly active on it. Always looking for players each and every time that the epicenter is available. Because of that, he's pretty much got that Yule Scepter done on top of it. Bottom, Ori going for a solo kill attempt onto the Nyx Assassin, but alone, not enough burst to bring down Ninja Boogie. He's able to TP out of there with the Spike Carapace. There's no follow-up from Vici Gaming. At the least just forcing him out of the lane. Yura starting to move in, and that is going to be the butterfly complete. He has the money. So 21 minutes in, treads Manta, Butterfly, Medusa. If anything, they can certainly start to just push down lanes with Eurus. He is a very, very strong beast. As long as they can keep him alive, which they're going to have a pretty good shout at doing, because they have this team that's got so much AoE control. They can easily hold down FNATIC whilst Eurus goes to work with the right clicks. Yang tries to jump into the trees, but Febby's already out. And they'll push in, and we'll see what FNATIC can do in terms of trying to stop. It's very, very far Medusa for such an early part of the game.
This is the timing we were talking about in the pregame. You look at the effective net worth. Yeah, sure, it's only 1,500 gold, but if you compare the itemization, Ags Manta on Morph, but a Butterfly Manta with the 3 Wraith Bands on the Medusa, plus the obvious spread damage thanks to the split shot, now a DD bottled as well. Savage just isn't quite at that same power level yet, although he can take over the Willow, which is pretty cool to watch.
Middle. Yang's going to start things off. Quick jump in onto Ninja Boogie. He's getting nuked down. The Spirit Vessel ticking him out over the edge, and he'll fall. The Fear's there with the setup onto both Jabs and Febby. As Eurus is able to just walk in, bring them down. Moon's trying to come up with a BKB onto DY. DY still, in fact, alive. Yang gets another Burrow Strike out, which kills off Savage. Mooney's trying to get DY, but then drops the ultimate. DY survives, 4 dead on FNATIC. In fact, it was a full team wipe. Ninja Boogie brought back.
That's a DD on the Morph, or the Medusa rather, and he just bodied everybody. You can see Moon has a BKB. He actually still melted.
He did. It didn't offer him any sort of safety at all. He tried to commit on the Witch Doctor, but between the right clicks of Eurus and the Death Ward of DY, there was no hope for the Dragon Knight. As it's 23 minutes in, and this Medusa lineup, they're taking a set of Rex.
They don't have a tier 1 top. They're killing a Rex. Oh, Yang? Whoa, what a baller. Stuns forward, make sure he gets the double attack off on the courier. Easy peasy.
Well, there we have it. 23 minutes in. It's very sort of unexpected lineup, I feel. You look at Vici Gaming's lineup, I don't think you expect these heroes to be taking a melee racks at 23 minutes. Well, they've just done it.
That's how they had to play, right? They don't want to go super late game against them more. If you hit this 2-3 item timing on your Dusa and you just follow him to victory, looks like that's exactly what they're going to end up doing here. Credit, though, to PYW and Yang, specifically PYW. 938 on the Willow. Look at his net worth. He's 1,500 behind this DK. The Vessel Rush was ideal, and he's just been everywhere around the map so far.
Another rune here for Eurus. Nearing on the level 22.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lincoln's done for parkour. He's going to feel even safer coming in on the front. And the pressure does continue to rise for 23 Savage in terms of trying to carry this game. As it's not going to be easy. More than a 3K difference between him and Eurus' Medusa.
He's got a tough ask. He needs to try and find the Willow at the start of the fight, turn into him, become that long-range turret.
See what they can do. Mid lane, Vici Gaming closing in. FNATIC, they're a little split up at the moment. Yang's going to commit forward with the burst strike, see what he can find. Set up there with the Yule Scepter. Focusing down Febby, jumping with the silence. Ori's got the follow-up. There's the Bramble down. Febby cannot move. There's Febby. He's gone for 50 seconds pretty much. Will not be available for the push. Jabs tries to TP back to base, but the Dream Core is laid down in the river. It's both of them dead. Jabs and Febby gone. Ninja Boogie and 23 Savage still eyeing up potential targets. See if they can find at least a support. DY is found by the shrine. They'll get a kill. Now they've got to make sure they get out of there. PYW and Yang coming in with the TPs. Maybe see if they can get the catch on either of them. Yang's got eyes on MB. Will lay down the Sandstorm. Ninja Boogie tries to turn, but the Power Strike's in. PYW's got the extra damage as he lays down the Spirit Vessel. Ninja Boogie attempts to try and hide and get himself into the tree line. Dust is there for Yang. Yang will use himself up, Power Strike himself away. Yang will be able to escape, but now 23 Savage, he's got to be careful. Ori in with the orb, he's able to find Ninja Boogie, kills him off before he's able to get a successful TP out. Savage turns into the Sand King, goes a little deeper in the trees. See if they can continue to find him. Doesn't look like it. They've already used the Fizz, so Savage will manage to escape himself. But still another sequence of play that Vici Gaming are just coming out on top of. 16K advantage now.
Dusa farmed a bunch before that fight even began. Did a ton of pressure to the tier 2 bottom. They got range racks middle. Just doing an excellent job around the map, continuing to accelerate. DD right outside the pit as well.
Another rune. All they need to allow them to go and push for another objective. And thinking about Roche. So you have to still remember, it is our VR Roche, so still pretty scary.
But it is Malistrix, however, not the best box.
And we're going to see already Ninja Boogie, he's going to upgrade it to Super Roche. So there we have it. So Roshan not really an option at all, despite how farmed Eurus is at the moment. And then again, with the power and the items that they have at the moment, they don't really need Roshan's Aegis to push with. They are that far ahead. Moon desperately trying to find some sort of trade outside on the map and will manage to finish off the third tier 1 tower. Still, despite taking the 2 tier 1s on the other lanes earlier, they haven't been able to get near the tier 2. Zori commits up to the high ground. The Kursk is out, Vessel's down, and Ninja Boogie's gone. He's not going to be here for this defense. No buyback available on the Nyx Assassin. Azurus up on the high ground, taking this tier 3 down incredibly quickly with the DD.
How do you fight into him? He even has the gaze duration talent. Like, this is an unstoppable Dusa.
It really is.
You gotta go now or never if you're FNATIC.
Like, maybe you can deal with a Dusa with these items sort of, you know, in like 10 minutes time, but this is only 27 minutes in, and Eurus is as farmed as he is. They were just unable to do anything about his farm, and I guess that's sort of the risk you run when you do have an Enigma. You aren't going to have that sort of extra impactful support in the early laning stage that's able to offer something to slow down a Dusa or get inside of his jungle, because Eurus has had all the space on the map that he wanted.
I think they just misplayed a bit as FNATIC. When you run this DK Enigma lineup, it's important that you find some opportunity to get both kills and towers. And it just took them too long to get things going. took a couple of bad engagements. Again, don't even know if it's necessarily on FNATIC. I'd give more credit to Vici in this game than to flame them for their mistakes.
Oh, for sure. We've seen some of the combo plays, PYW and Yang. Yang continuing to do it here. He's going to be hunted. The fear's out. Won't quite catch Savage. Savage got to be a little careful though. PYW and DY turning up as well. Yang gets away with the power strike. Immediately though, the black hole is whiffed by Febby. Will not have the control. Yang does fall. Moon's come in, focusing DY. DY to be taken down. Ninja Boogie also buying back, but now the rest of Vici Gaming, they're heading over to the triangle. Eurus and Ori coming across. Stuns out, but in fact Savage, he nearly dying there. Incredibly close as he was stunned up, but did manage to change himself into the form of the Sand King and will survive for now. Back in the river, Febby being chased. Yours control, and Febby will try and hide, but Yang and Ori and Urus will be sure to chase. He is gone. Bottom lane, Illusions pushing in. That final tier 2 tower will fall, so now the opportunity's there for them to move in and try and look for the Megas. I'll see how much patience they want to have, Vici Gaming, as they may want to wait the 20 seconds so they have DY and PYW back up. And they'll know then, even if by that time Febby's back in the game, he will not have the black hole for about a minute.
Yep, and you got runes up in 10 seconds. You'll have enough gold to get your deuce of the Satanic that he has queued up. No reason to rush things. As you said, there's only the one Rax available. It's my favorite one.
Beautiful.
You got that, Owen.
Yeah. And my favorite one's still the R.
Yeah, a simple man, simple taste.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, there we go. Ori, nice little play there. I thought he was dead for sure there. It looked like Savage pretty much had the combo. It's another big old item done for Eurus. Went full out offensive before with the butterfly, but now with the Lincoln Sphere and a completed Satanic. There's not going to be a lot at all that can stop Eurus from just walking up to the high ground and looking to close the game. See what they can do to keep him off. Already down bottom. They found themselves caught in a bit of a fight. The fear, getting the three of them straight into the bramble. Eurus has turned up, offering them the right click they need to pick up the double. Savage dead and without buyback. No buyback available for this Morphling. Ninja Boogie dies to the Sandstorm. As Vici Gaming to the high ground they go. Pushing onto the tower. Setups there with the Yules. He jangs into the base. Buyback comes out from Febby. But Jabs, he's stuck in the bramble. He'll die as well. Also without buyback on the Jakiro. They're losing their third and final set of racks. As GG will indeed be called. 31 minutes in, 30k gold lead. They played this Deuce lineup perfectly, and it was not a necessarily easy game from the drafts. It looked like FNATIC had a lot of answers, a lot of ways to punish, but they weren't able to execute it.
That was a tough match. I think that, yeah, the team actually may be correct in the sense that the DK items are a problem. I actually like these ones better than Blink BKB. When you're playing against a team like Vici's, I think you need some method of ensuring your damage output increases. The issue with items like Blink BKB is that they're tools to allow you to get your current damage out. But if that's not enough to actually win fights, you're better served by picking something that either increases your ability to scale or to deal raw DPS to towers and heroes. Wow. You go all in for mobility, it just doesn't pay off. They've got the Super Roche.
Oh, we see both teams make the most of the sort of the post game, as it were, as FNATIC able to pick up an extra bit of bounty there as they complete another challenge for the Moonbucks. And Vici Gaming able to have a bit of fun as they will be able to show off the power they've built up in just this 30 minutes of gameplay and take down what's probably one of the earliest Super Roche kills that we've had at this Midas mode.
I believe that's just a symptom, of course, the Malice Strix Roshan. The one downside of this VR capability is that, of course, now all of a sudden the actual player inside the Roshan has more of an impact, and unfortunately we just didn't have the strongest fighter available, but it's okay. We'll get him next time.
We will. We'll see if we get a bit of an upgrade to the Super Rush in game 2. But, well, there we have it. You know, FNATIC, their draft looked decent, but Vici Gaming, they just sort of cruised through that one. Eurus' Dusa, he had an incredibly free game on it, and the play around him was pretty perfect from all 4 counterparts around him on the team. They all played the part perfectly.
Yeah, you can't really ask for much more. I actually think the Dudes had the easiest job in the game.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, hey, guys, I got a DD. Anybody want to fight? Oh, sick. They're fighting us. Cool. Walk down lanes. What more do you want?
Absolutely. Everyone else on the team was hitting their skills perfectly. Excellent aggression from Yang, PRL, YW, DY, and Ori. And that will get them the win. So they'll be up a game here. We'll see how things continue and see what the status is going to be with the Moonbooks and balances for both of the teams. A lot of money was spent in that last draft, but we did see a lot of bounties completed. So don't go anywhere. After the break, as we'll get ourselves into the next game and see what sort of drafts we're going to have come to fruition there for more action between FNATIC and Vici Gaming.
Vici Gaming with a decisive victory over FNATIC. Thank you, production. Yes. Reginald!
Fucking Reginald!
Welcome back to the Betway Midas Mode 2. There we go. That wasn't that hard. And now the score is 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How'd that happen?
Winner's advantage.
Wow.
If you won the group stage, you get 1 point in China.
Gracious. Now,
Yes.
I have a
Yes.
question for you guys, because I was having a nice conversation with some of our viewers here, of course, at the venue, which, by the way, big clap to you guys. It's, what, close to 4 a.m. at this point. Some of them have been here literally every single day.
It's
insane.
2:30.
By the time, okay, well, we round up here in America by
With
1.5.
wins, with time.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time I made it to watch some of the game, Medusa had already taken over. How is that
Yes.
even possible? We all picked FNATIC to win.
Yeah, they would have. I think they would have had a better shot if the game went longer, but because of the early advantage that Vici had, there was really not that much that they could do. And I kind of think we underestimated the puck. That was a great pick.
That's true. He sniped the courier right away. Definitely got a lot of kills. They took a lot of pressure to their opponents. Medusa had a lot of creeps. Her net worth was just way ahead. Morphling felt a little pressure in the laning stage too. Might have limited his acceleration. So it was a mix of features. They spent more moonbucks, you know.
That's
A little bit
really
of
all
everything.
there is to it, right?
Yep.
The rich.
I'm out.
Do you guys watch the
I thought you were
Mally.
Sir Action Slacks.
He's
what happened?
Slacks is having a rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
A good rest.
yeah,
you say.
charging himself for the
He's-
next one.
negotiating with terrorists once again
Yeah,
and Midas Mode?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's happening. I can only imagine. I'm
Yep.
so glad I'm up here. It's actually way less stress
Yeah.
when you're on the
Yeah.
couch.
So I know that Zayora deals with the sponsor contracts and all
Uh-huh.
that, and has the contacts with that. I know that Slacks deals with the team's contacts and all that. What do you do?
I do nothing.
this is a
Yeah,
that is 100%.
I was so glad she didn't ask me. I was like, oh, shit. Don't help me.
I just show up and look like an idiot. That's exactly what we do.
It's
here.
working
You
out.
see all the problems with the map we've had? That's me, Shiva. All right.
Oh, wow.
You can blame me exclusively.
Oh,
for
you did the
that.
Sadim screens,
Yes, I did
Yeah.
the Sadim too.
He had to answer all the freaking emails. For
and we had
the
to make a
Indiegogo.
video just because he couldn't tolerate reading anymore.
Dude, I
I
don't.
mean, would you like to try next time?
I don't mind.
You say that now, Mal. I don't
Alright.
know.
QR code is up, meaning votes are open for the bans of game number 3 of this best of 5 grand finals between Vici Gaming and FNATIC. Exclamation mark heroes or QR code. You got it.
The thing I love about Mally, the
The
thing I
one
love the
thing.
most,
Only
I love a
one.
lot of things.
Thanks.
He always brings out these like old school British. I consider them to be like
Colloquialism.
stereotypes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
things that aren't actually said anymore.
Like what?
Such as?
He called me a knob just now. I feel like that's not a common thing, is it? Because it's great. That's really good.
I feel like I just heard somebody else British say that.
Yeah, I
this week.
feel like I hear
Is
Owen
it
say
common,
that
though?
sometime. Yeah,
Yeah?
in
Yeah.
Britland
Is
it is.
bollocks common?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
it depends who you talk
Everyone says that now. It used to be a British thing.
Cyborg Matt says bollocks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's one of my favorite words of all time, actually.
Why?
Because it was in V for Vendetta. Great movie, by the way.
Is it?
Really good.
As if nobody's ever seen or appreciated that movie before. It's like,
I mean, Mally literally has no idea what it is.
I know. That's the one with the
Apparently.
mask, right?
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Yeah. That's a great. Natalie Portman's a national treasure. Great actor.
Triss.
Well,
Actress.
they prefer to be called actors now.
Do they now?
Purge, yes.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes. Except for at the Oscars, then they're actress and actors because you get 2 awards.
Yeah.
More for
More
every-
chances.
Yes, exactly. It's great.
So the thing you like me most is the fact I said knob.
That's right. And you talk about knobs a lot on the
Brilliant.
panel as well.
Brilliant.
Whoa.
From my
What a
experience.
contribution to me.
Yeah.
Great.
You're very good at what you
Really
do.
valued here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, cheers.
What do you like most about these grand finals, Molly?
That we actually have fans who are still conscious.
Yes.
We
Yes.
have, like, 10
Although,
Better yet, they're going to be more conscious because apparently there's cake.
there's cake. It's Camel Cash's birthday.
Oh,
VIP.
yeah.
That also means that everybody's having their sugar rush right about
Yes.
now.
right. It was delicious,
Right
let
upon
me say.
Shiva, I hit the sugar rush every 2 hours back there. I'm just like, time to snack more.
Yay.
Eat more
Starburst,
candy.
the pink ones.
I mean, how do you guys not gain? I mean, you guys are all skinny.
I'm
how do
sure
you
I
not
have.
gain weight at events? It's crazy.
I do.
Well, we have
It's not
more,
noticeable, though.
That's because we gain weight in shorter periods of time. It's not a consistent,
Yeah.
everyday habit. Probably.
I don't eat Snickers every day. I'm not active. I will say that.
Aren't you
but
a McDonald's?
Wait a second. What did Reginald just say?
said
Something
that
about
there's
bounties.
new bounties.
Oh, new bounties.
Let's take a look. What's new?
What is new?
Kill the messenger, maybe?
There we go.
Which one is the new one?
I don't know.
Those are all the same bounties.
Yeah, those are all the same.
Thank you, Reginald,
bounties.
for ruining yet another segment. Mr. President?
It's soon, right? Before 10 minutes, drop an observer ward next to Roshan. Announce happy dire tide to notify the enemy. The closer you leave it to Roche, the better he can protect it. That's the new one.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
this
from
is,
an
a
earlier
good,
day.
And
this is a good compromise.
Get Down, Mr. President is another new one. I feel like if we have both teams already completing both of them completing a bounty this grand finals, we'll need to replace those bounties because they can't do them this series anymore anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what we just did, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. And
Well
game
done,
1, of
Reginald.
course, that wasn't played because it was an automatic win. I'm sure they got plenty of bounty money for that as
Yeah.
well, right? That's how our system works.
True.
We just give money when we feel like it.
Yeah.
This is true. By the
Competitive
way,
integrity.
to
We're-
come back to your question,
Yes?
I did gain a lot of weight, and then I started getting rid of it a little bit by doing the 16 hours no eating and then 8 hours
Oh,
eating
the
everything
intermittent
you want.
fasting?
Yes. So that I kind of do that now too. It's been 2 a.m., so I can't eat anymore because I'm expecting to eat tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Good Lord, Schiefer. That sounds brutal.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not super strict with it, as in especially not at events anyway, because I feel like I should. I just ate some Swedish fish, and it definitely was past 2. But I feel like it actually helps me a little bit staying intact. But I also have the help that I can't eat too much because otherwise it hurts.
What does that mean?
Because I had a surgery and my belly is not able to stretch very.
So it
far.
physically hurt?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
I mean,
it helps.
I think from my perspective, I have bad habits, obviously. I'm not very active. But the problem is I've been eating the same forever. It's never
McDonald's.
changed.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't eat, I've been watching a little bit more what I eat lately. But generally, I don't eat fast food every single day or anything. But I do love carbs. Like bread is like my favorite thing in existence, in addition to soda. Not a great combination. But the issue is, now that I've gotten older, the metabolism just is garbage. It just gets horrible over time. Like once I hit 30 is when it really started. Like I used to be skinny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You're
crazy.
skinny now.
No, metabolism changes over
You
time.
look fine. You look fine.
This is a Brit.
You look fine. Oh, sorry, I got to be American. You look like shit.
Yes. Be like Kyle.
Okay,
Just be
fine.
brutally honest.
Yeah.
Just rip me a new
Hideous individual.
one. Hideous?
Hideous.
Hmm.
Okay.
What do you eat during the week? What's your normal? Like, do you get it?
meal prep?
I
Do
don't-
you, do you
I don't know.
order in every time, or do you cook?
How many loads?
I mean, yeah, we go out a lot, but it's like, I guess that's true. Like, we don't go to fast food that much, but like restaurants a lot of the time. 'cause
But
we
and the
don't like to
portions
go-
are still pretty big at the
Yeah,
moment, right?
and I like to finish my meal, Shiver. I was taught at a young age
Yeah.
that people are starving in other countries. So
You
I
gotta
need to-
do it.
And that's why you're fat.
Yeah.
Gotta
You
eat
gotta
that
do it
bread.
for all the third world
Yeah, they
countries
give you
not
that
eating
free
food.
bread. Well, I mean, you can't waste it. You know, you go to Olive Garden, there's free breadsticks. That's the best part of the meal is the breadsticks. I don't even want to eat their normal food.
Do you ever?
Do you guys cook?
God no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
cooking
cook.
is
I don't
second
have
nature.
any.
But I
fast
think that's
food.
very European because in Europe, I mean, me and Owen actually also cook quite a bit nowadays. We do use a meal box, by the way, so we don't come up with the recipes ourselves, but we get every ingredient and then we cook it ourselves.
I would do something like that probably, but it's difficult for me to do anything elaborate.
But
You
it's
still have to
also
put it
in
together, though,
America,
right?
it's so easy to have things ordered. I feel
Yeah.
like you can get
DoorDash.
anything. Yeah.
DoorDash, easy.
Yeah, but everything that you order is unhealthy. That's
it
the
costs
That's
a lot.
not true. You
costs
can
more
order
money.
healthy stuff.
It costs a lot more money, and I still have to like do prep work stuff. I don't know. I make some easy things, but And I definitely eat at home, but I wouldn't necessarily call all the food that I eat cooking, I guess, is what I would say
Okay.
when I eat at home. It's like I've got tortellinis. I boil them, and then I put dump sauce on them, and then I eat it.
I don't cook either then. If that's
No,
not
no,
cooking, I
no.
don't
That
cook
counts
either.
as cooking. It's not super healthy cooking, but it counts as cooking because you probably don't eat as much as you would if you ate in a restaurant, or if you ate.
Oh,
if you
that's not
didn't
true.
take- How much tortellini and sauce do you
A
eat?
lot. I buy the Costco bag, I cut it in half, and I get like 3 meals out of each half.
That's value right
It's a lot.
there.
It's got to
That's
be like
great
30
value.
tortellinis or something.
But you're having a metabolism also that is really good.
I'm not that young. I just
No,
can't-
but
But
you're
you still have good
skinny.
metabolism.
no, it's not metabolism.
See, that's what everybody says until the metabolism gets actually bad,
Yes.
like me.
So
My
what, if
metabolism's
it's
fine.
not metabolism, what is it?
I just
Do you
play Dota
exercise?
for a long period. No, I play Dota for a long period.
Dota helps me lose
I
weight.
forget to eat.
So
Stuff like
you're
that.
basically doing the intermittent fasting too, but just
Yes.
not intentional.
Yes, I've been a lifetime user, basically.
Wow, that's incredible. What's
D-
your
Dota can
secret,
do that.
Mally?
I don't know, genetics.
And lucky you.
Yeah.
It's a
Lucky-
food.
I actually want to, I was going to say be like you, but that would be fine. I want to go towards where you are.
What does that mean?
What is
I mean, I would enjoy to be like, not skinny.
a
I think it'd be
jolly
cool.
fat man.
I think it'd be, I'm not calling you fat, I'm just saying it'd be cool. Like,
Why?
because it's something I haven't experienced. in my
Have you
life.
not tried it?
No, it's never worked.
Get this, you could
What is the biggest effort you made?
Because I actually I think I got a little bit of a tummy once, and I was like super excited last year because I've never had a tummy.
You were excited.
I was
What kind of
excited.
excited are you talking
Not like
about?
not like you in that panel when something was coming out your pants.
Nobody has any idea what you're talking about, Mally.
Anyway,
That's an inside joke, guys. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
but yeah, I had a little bit of weight, and then I lost, it and I was really sad.
So what caused you gain that weight, and why can't you repeat it?
I don't know actually. I can't remember.
get this. You can enjoy being fat and also eating lots of food that you like.
Yes.
That's 2 good things for the price of 1.
I think it's because I was sleeping well and eating well. Normally, I wasn't staying up late and just playing games. I just
So
having
you're
like
saying when you're fatter, you sleep better. It's
Yeah.
because you're one step closer to dying.
okay.
That's the secret to being fat, Mally.
Normally, people lose more weight when they sleep better.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I sleep a
because-
lot.
Yeah, but then you're like
A
telling us
lot.
you just eat bread and
Imagine
Coke.
if you wouldn't sleep a lot.
Well, that's me not eating. That during that time, that extra
Yeah.
couple hours that I sleep more than average human being.
Exactly.
I'm not eating during that.
Imagine what you would look like if you don't sleep well.
Imagine what you would look
Oh,
like.
I'd be
Imagine
fucking-
what you would look
I'd
like.
be like a goddamn sumo wrestler. Is what you're trying to say. That's a very scary thought indeed. You've been in one of those sumo suits before, right? I feel like I've seen you in one
I
of
feel
those.
like I have. I can't remember
It was,
when though.
I think it was at a TI or something. It was some tournament. Or maybe it was Dream League, actually.
Probably was some Dream League thing. I'm sure that's.
You
a
don't.
thing.
How do you not remember that? That sounds so fun.
I don't know. I remember being in a ball suit. Did a thing for CS:GO at some point where you get into this thing and you've got this inflated ball around you that's like massive.
You like run.
And you run, and
Right.
other people are also wearing the same suit. And you can really bump people away. And there's this massive ball, and it's like a kind of football. It's kind of fun.
Was there like a race or something like that?
No, it was. You have teams. It's like 5 versus 5 or something. It's like playing football, but then being in a big ball yourself, and then just bashing people over.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, but the reason I was playing is because some of the professional players didn't want to, because obviously you can hurt your arms quite bad.
That's right. We've seen that firsthand at Jungle Jam.
Yes.
The arm breaker himself.
I saw the before picture. His posture was real bad for arm wrestling.
Yes.
And even I can recognize that. I'm not an arm wrestler.
Yeah, it's actually, I was talking to the young man who broke the arm
Yes.
earlier today.
I heard he was very sad.
Yes, he was very sad, and I felt
Yes.
bad for him.
He doesn't feel sad anymore. He's on stage
No.
posing. I broke his arm.
But
Wait.
apparently he looked up the posture because he was so interested in it afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's actually called the arm breaking posture.
Oops.
It's actually exactly the same what Black was doing, that poor young man. But yeah, that is, what is the craziest thing that's happened at an esport event that you guys have been to? Because that might be, I'm trying to think of anything else. That has to be like one of the top ones. for
Wasn't
me.
there a player that got his arm out of the socket with Media Day?
What?
Was it an MDL?
Really?
Was it not Faith Beyond or something?
Oh, he broke
Wow.
it. He broke his shoulder, right?
Yeah, something with his
Okay.
shoulder.
Doing what?
It was doing some kind of.
Oh, he was like, look at me doing these pull-ups. And he was going to do pull-ups for a media thing.
What
And
year
then-
was this the TI year?
Was this last year?
Last year he was injured for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. He did pull-ups, and he basically dislocated his shoulder. That's the word.
Because it says on Wikipedia, injured during media day.
You know, dislocation, I'm going to sound like an idiot here because I see a lot of dislocations in the NBA, and it feels like it's one of two things always happens. First one is you dislocate it, they put it back in, and you're just playing, and
you're
like nothing
fine.
happened. Everything's
Yes.
fine. The other one, like with Dwayne Wade, for example, he dislocated, and he was literally crying on the court, and he wasn't back for like 2 months.
Yeah, but it depends really like how good, well trained you're, because it's all about the things that hold it together, right?
The
If they're a
ligaments
little,
or whatever.
yeah, because if your ligaments are a little bit loose, you are able to dislocate your shoulder way more easily, and you should also be able to pop it in. Best put it back in. Thanks, Reginald. We're gonna update you guys on things that apparently need to be updated very soon, but we're also delaying the game for that a little bit.
Negotiations.
Yes, terrorists.
Yeah. Yep.
I can only imagine.
Oh, I really wish I would have left my bounty in that I wanted to put it. Did you guys?
What was?
hear?
Yeah, I
was
saw.
gonna say.
Why don't you talk about it, Purge?
I'd
Yeah.
love to. I was gonna make a bounty for with a payout of like 5,000 moonbucks and say complete all your -1 matches without disbanding or forfeiting the tournament.
Brilliant.
And
Wow.
I thought it would really incentivize the teams
Yes.
to just stick with it. Beast Coast, they would have failed that one.
Yeah.
E-Home,
Yeah.
if they failed yesterday.
Yeah.
Burning's Legion, good excuse, but
Yeah. That's the one
unfortunately
good
not-
excuse we've had
but
this whole
not
time.
what they
Yeah.
wouldn't have qualified. And
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that either Vici or FNATIC, can.
Yeah.
Should have put it in. Big mistake in hindsight.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Also, to come back to what's the worst thing that happened during a tournament, having the coming into to an event and just hearing that the whole production crew is fired, definitely high up on my list as well.
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah, I guess Shanghai is probably #1, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. What about you guys?
Well, I recently read about it. Can you pass me that beautiful piece of the book?
Oh, the book. Oh, the book.
I read about a great
You want it
entry of a
deliberately.
shit tier esports tournament in this baby right
All
here.
right, which one was it?
I don't. It was some tournament in Malaysia, I believe, where Andrew and
Galaxy
who's the other-
Battles?
I don't think it was Galaxy. Maybe it was the first Galaxy Battles. I think it was like
Oh, if
they
it was Malaysia,
they,
no.
they. It wasn't Galaxy Battles. No, it was a long time ago. I think like probably
Okay.
4 or 5 years ago. And they showed up to a LAN, and like the people doing the tech setup didn't realize that it was supposed to be broadcast on Twitch TV, and Twitch was like one of the sponsors for the events. Like
Okay.
they were like doing.
That's a big one.
They were like doing tech setup, and Andrew was like, I went to go talk to production, and the guys I talked to thought that we were the production. Yeah, it was,
That is
That's pretty
incredible.
funny.
yeah, it sounded
That
really
also reminds me of another tournament in Southeast Asia. The Nanyang tournament, the first one. I had a
Ah,
ton
yeah.
of fun. The hotel was amazing. But the casters at some point were sitting with their hoodies up, with their microphones over the hoodies, because otherwise they would get static shocks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I heard about that
bad.
one.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right. It
remember
would shock people periodically for some reason.
yeah. That's the one. Is that in Singapore?
That was Singapore.
All right, so yeah,
Nanyang,
DC, when I owned them, they were there.
Yeah.
I remember hearing, okay, yeah, that rings some bells. That was one of the few tournaments I didn't go to. I really regret not going because Singapore sounds
And
incredible.
We were staying in the Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah, the
so
one
that
with
is
the ship on the,
yeah, the big
roof.
oh, that was so good.
Looks so good.
Breakfast was amazing.
So for me, I mean, there's a few horrible tournaments I've been to. Number one by far, though, is WCA.
Oh my God. I
This
remember
was
that.
the biggest disaster.
You went
2015
there? Was there an
2015,
actual-
right?
I went there with DC.
Yeah.
We had Arteezy as a stand-in for Yawar because he couldn't get a
Oh, yeah.
visa, I think.
I was there. I remember.
And you were there?
I went to that event. That was the event where they're like, oh, let's give them KFC every day for a week, right?
Yeah, and the KFC
Okay.
was like inedible. It was like
Yeah.
it was literally like okay, KFC typically fried chicken's going to be yellowish, orange, whatever color you want
Yes.
to call it. It was white every day. It was just white, crispy and white.
Was it in Shanghai or where in China was it? It was in China,
Yinchuan.
Really, like, middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
There was fog. We
So-
couldn't find a stadium.
Yeah, so it's a Muslim city, which is odd in China. And I lived in the Middle East for 10 years, and it felt like I was back there. So you have like this, what do you want to call it? Like they had this religious police, apparently. Like in Saudi Arabia, it was very different because they would have like, they would call them Matawis. They had these huge beards. They would walk around with AK-47s. That's far different. But still got some of the same vibe when we entered the hotel of this Yinchuan tournament, WCA.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't allow me and Nikki, my girlfriend, who's the manager of the team, to room together. They're like, you have to sign this waiver because you're not married. And I'm like, holy shit, this is... And they were threatening us, like, if the religious police finds out about it, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, wow, this is hardcore. But the tournament itself was a complete and utter disaster. It was in this, like... this arena that was like, for some reason, they put us in the middle of nowhere in a hotel. And apparently we found out it was because they didn't want the players or anybody to actually go outside. And
You weren't allowed to go outside.
Yeah.
That was the thing. You weren't allowed to go outside the hotel, and it was like an hour by
And there was nothing around,
Yeah.
and it was
Wow.
like a 45-minute drive to the actual venue, which is the actual civilization. We get there, and it is so freaking cold. That is so DC for captainship. That was really cold. This was the coldest I have ever been in my entire life. It was probably like -20 Fahrenheit, which I guess is probably the same in Celsius. Like with wind
really
chill,
cold.
it is just like everyone was shivering. S4 got pneummonia.
I
believe, at the
remember
end.
I
that.
took a
Yeah,
picture, and he's
yeah.
like got a little.
Yeah, I
colourful
remember the
jumper.
picture.
There was I don't know what's actually true in this because there was some podcast about this afterwards, but there were a lot of accusations of cheating. I believe it was actually Wings that was accused of cheating at that time. I don't know if it's actually true because they had all these tables set up.
Mention it with no.
Maybe you
Like-
shouldn't have said that.
Don't mention it. They cheat. No.
Well,
proof.
I don't. There's no proof, but that was just the accusations at the time.
Okay, so there we are.
But like they would essentially have these tables set up, right? The players would be playing, and people would be standing behind them watching,
Yeah.
and we'd have no idea what they're saying,
Yeah.
right? So anything could be said, like to help the other team, who's literally across from them on the same table playing. And at one point, it was hilarious because I remember AUI was playing. This was when I was like, this tournament is the biggest shit show ever. One of the admins who we've been trying to talk to, I forget what we're trying to discuss something with. Like, obviously, there's so many issues with the tournament itself, which we won't even get into. But he was playing in a match,
Yeah.
and the admin comes up, plugs his phone
Oh, I remember.
I heard
into the
about
same
this.
computer, and like a pop-up comes up on his fucking screen. And he was like, "Are you serious? I'm playing a match for
That wasn't
God's sake."
official.
Yes, an official
Oh,
match,
God,
and
that's funny.
holy, we got destroyed in that tournament too. That was disappointing with Arteezy.
Another big issue was the chairs. They didn't have proper gaming
Oh,
chairs.
those were bad.
And Eternal Envy refused to play unless he was delivered a proper gaming chair.
Yeah.
And I think he was on secret at that time.
So
Yeah.
Envy is known to be like a very high maintenance player, and
Yeah.
obviously people can go a little far with that. This one, I think he was definitely justified. The chairs were horrific.
Yeah, but he didn't get it for his whole team.
Only
That's
for
true.
him.
Only for himself.
Yes, he had back problems, right, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that tournament, I remember we talked about it on a podcast for like What the Duck or something, and there's so many details I'm not leaving in, but that was like the biggest shit show I have not just attended, but ever heard of happening in esports. So
Who
bad.
actually, I think one that we all heard from but weren't at is the one Gamers Paradise.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, the
yeah.
I
crucial.
think Toby was at that one.
Toby was at that one. It's like every
Really?
I think so.
He
We're
was, because
Yeah.
it was.
Well, I think
yeah.
either he was there or he was supposed to fly there.
Yeah, but they took everybody's passport, the hotel, because
Yeah.
the hotel wasn't paid for. So the hotel was like, well, who's going to pay us? We'll just take the passports of all these players that are staying with us, because if they don't pay, then they got to get their money somewhere.
Right. I think they started with it was a Counter-Strike and then Dota, but Dota never
Yes.
actually occurred, right?
Yes, because the
Counter-Strike-
Counter-Strike was too bad.
Right. They started it, and I think a couple computers caught literal on fire, if I'm not mistaken. And I
The
forg-
food looked like vomit.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, the food looked like like actual prison food. Actually, prison food. I think it would be illegal to be that bad. Now that I think about it.
I did like the idea of the tournament though, because it was like in this resort and on the beach and all that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Just you kind of also
Maybe run the
gotta-
tournament right.
Yeah,
and stuff.
you got to do it right.
I like was it the Nanyang Cruise Cup?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let's play a Dota tournament on a boat. And then they had like massive internet.
Are we sure
issues.
that ever happened?
Yeah.
Were there any VODs?
I've seen pictures of it, so it did happen.
I think it happened, but then all the matches that were played were
Yeah.
like the players were like and they were just having fun on the cruise with like casual Dota in between, and then they rebroadcasted all the games, right? They showed them later on.
Yeah.
They didn't live stream them from the boat.
Yeah, so they had a poker, and all the players were more interested in playing poker. So they played the games, but then didn't think the viewers would notice they weren't live.
Right.
So then they just had the casters cast the replays. But then people found that the matches that happened is all a farce. But on a boat, the players are happy obviously because they were just
Yeah.
gambling away.
That was a good cruise apparently.
Well, that should be our next go. Doing a cruise ship tournament again
Oh yeah. There's a lot of.
with a custom game. I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
What can we add on
Minus
top of that
mode
even?
three.
Yeah. Good lord.
On a train. That'd be good.
Oh, ooh.
And there
on
we
a
go. That's
train
never
is
been.
On a
actually more
train,
doable.
And you
Yeah.
stop at different cities. Hang
Dude,
on.
that actually is doable.
Yeah.
though.
Copyright that idea, actually.
Yeah, do it.
Minus Mode 3, yeah. On a
Sure.
train, and you just stop in a different venue for one day. And then
New-
you can
yeah.
play
No,
the
your
local
train
team.
is the venue.
Oh, the train is a venue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
the
you play on the
Hogwarts
train.
Express or something.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of cool. Why not? That's
It will be
possible.
very difficult because you do need a lot of space to set up lamps and stuff, and trains aren't that broad.
Yeah.
You
That's
could just
true.
do it the long way, probably. Have the set be at the end of a one car or something.
So we would be sitting in a row.
Yeah,
like,
how
hey,
about-
Molly,
how about
what
we-
did you think about the
How
game?
about we no? How about we have like the caboose or whatever, the back end of the train.
Mhm.
We just like have the door open, so you just have like scenery in the background.
I
and
mean,
we're
that
just-
is
Oh,
cool.
yes.
That is the backdrop.
Imagine that this set is the back of the train, and like all the cameras and stuff are this way.
Yeah,
It'd
that's
have to be a fat train, but
I mean, what kind of internet can you get with like satellite?
No,
That's-
that's
it's
pretty
actually-
decent. You can get 4G depending on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to drive through areas or ride through areas with the train that are having good coverage, which
yeah, when we go through
begs
the
the
tunnel,
question.
it's
Pause.
Malware
Malware
bites.
bites. I could see it. I mean, the future. What's the craziest thing that you think will happen in esports in the next 10 years? Is there something that we are not seeing coming that could actually come to fruition? You know what I mean? Like
Elon Musk
technology-wise.
starts to being interested in esports and organizes a tournament on the moon.
On the moon.
Yes.
That sounds
Or
very
on a
ambitious.
satellite. I think that's more realistic than the moon.
on a satellite.
Like in a space station.
What
Okay.
game would it be?
I mean,
I don't know. Probably something that he likes at the time.
I mean that stuff will happen
Fortnite
eventually,
5?
for sure. But I mean, the scale will just get bigger, right? At some point, there's going to be some esport that basically blankets the globe that is known and popular with everybody. And maybe not everybody, but I'm sure there's the heights can be
the
bigger.
football of esports.
Like when we're
soccer of
when we're like 80 years old or something, and our grandchildren are just starting esport careers, that kind of a thing. There's gonna be some genre, like who knows? Maybe some MOBA game will still be very maybe MOBAs will still be very popular. Maybe some virtual reality game, similar to like what was that movie that
Yeah.
they made?
Battle Royale.
I think virtual reality.
Some VR game will be worldwide.
like
popular.
okay, so
Ready Player One. That's what it's called. Thanks.
oh right.
That's
okay.
what.
Oh, I thought
For a
it
second-
So the game was ready.
I
Yeah.
thought Thanks for ruining that moment,
Yes,
Reginald.
we're
Great-
still
great
waiting
movie.
for updates. Don't worry, guys. We'll keep you up to date. If we know anything, you know something.
Did you guys see the movie Ready Player One?
Yeah,
I did not.
I
pretty
read the
good.
book too.
I thought it was gonna be bad, but I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it's really
So-
good.
Really, really liked it. I thought it was.
Don't
by
spoil
gamers.
it. I have not
I'm
seen
not
it
gonna
yet.
spoil. I'm
It
just
was-
gonna say I thought the movie was okay.
Okay.
I just thought the book was way better. I really liked the book.
Is it a good airplane movie? Because I am
Excellent.
looking for suggestions
Yeah.
for the way back because I finished my
It's,
Zelda
it's
game.
probably not on there anymore. It's too old now. It's like it's on streaming services. You can probably, but I would recommend watching. I think it was clearly written by gamers and people with fandoms and stuff. Like there's
Yeah.
tons of gaming references. You hear Overwatch sounds way too often in it because it was like
Yes.
right when Overwatch came out. And Overwatch.
Well,
was
it's
like,
also because
pump it full of Tracer. I want to see her every 15 minutes.
It was
but,
I mean, they bought the rights. They have.
I
to
was
use it,
gonna
right?
say, was Blizzard not paying for that?
Oh, they
they
definitely.
might
paid.
have, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but like I used to play MMOs a little bit, so there's lots of good MMO references, lots of like examples. It was like nostalgic for me. It was it like captured gamer culture well. I was really happy with the movie. I'd recommend watching it. So at some point there's gonna be some game that is maybe globally based, extremely popular.
So the thing about Ready Player One, this doesn't ruin anything because you've seen the trailer.
Yes,
I
of
assume.
course.
So they wear like a headset, right?
Yes.
I think VR. So it's not like the 3D thing that when it came out, I thought that was a huge gimmick. VR, I think, is not a gimmick. It's just it needs time
Yeah.
because the headset is the issue, right?
Yeah.
If you could have something like I thought the Google glasses that were supposed to come
Yeah.
out, those like in theory, that's more AR though,
Yeah.
but still, like the idea of just wearing something that isn't super intrusive.
Yeah, because it's fairly heavy, and I realized that if I wear a VR headset too long, it will start weighing down on my head, and I
Yeah.
just want to get that thing off.
Yeah,
So,
I,
yeah.
I do think that's the future, though. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what it looks like, but like that's why Ready Player One. I don't know if it's supposed to be on the same timeline, but whatever year. Did it say a year? Actually, I don't remember if it.
I
Timeline.
don't know.
What?
Yeah, like what
Like
year
what
it
year
takes
did
place.
they say it was taken?
I don't know,
place?
like 50 years in the future, maybe?
Was it,
50?
well, whatever it is,
Yeah, it
it
was
feels like
50 or
they're not
100
going to have these huge headsets
No.
by then at all.
2045.
2045, Reginald.
We're not
says.
gonna make.
Oh, I thought it was again. So
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
What do we got here?
What do we got? Doesn't work.
They're turning it on for
Wait.
you.
They're
Don't
turning
worry.
it on.
Try.
Try it again.
Should be good.
Try now.
Try it again.
Speak into the mic.
The light's not on.
Is there
Turn it
another?
on. Yeah, hold it pressed.
There we go. Very good. It's booting
Hello.
up.
Hello, it works.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Talent slash commissioner slash producer slash director here. We've been having, oh great, it's still happening. We've had some intense situation come up.
What is it?
What's our
well,
last obstacle?
What could it be?
Our last obstacle in the great marathon.
Tsunami?
Hurricane.
I see a
All
bunch
right,
of
you know, I
messages.
guess I am not ready to talk about it yet.
Oh,
Things have evolved in the last 10
Apparently,
seconds.
we have more.
Well, in that case, you wanna weigh in on the conversation we were having?
Yeah,
How do you feel
forget
about
that.
No, I've,
Kyle.
I've got far too much more work to do. I will slide this over to Tsunami.
All right,
There you go.
excellent. Come on by, buddy.
You got
Hey
that?
guys, what are we
Hello,
talking
sir.
about?
Ever
Worst
seen
tournaments.
Ready Player One?
I'm Ready Player One and VR and the future of esports.
Future of esports.
Yes.
Okay, have you played what is it called? Lone Echo or
No, we mean like 50
Like,
years in the
yeah, we
Oh,
mean
the
game
very
far
in
into
the
the
future.
future.
What
Far.
the game?
Yeah, what is gaming going to look like?
How much exercise are you willing to do?
If the game is fun, I am willing to exercise all day.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Suns fan? It's not you who I'm curious
In
about.
theory, I mean, when I have VR, it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it, even when it makes me sweat horribly. The issue is actually just the headset. If you leave it on for too long, it messes with you.
Okay. But
And
the,
my heart.
but the exercise aspect you're fine with?
Yeah, no, I am fine with that.
What's the most active VR game that you've played?
Beat Saber.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
Beat
yeah.
Saber. I love that game.
S-tier game.
Great game.
Super
Great
good.
game.
Some Rasputin funk overload kind of thing?
Something like that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I think that one of the main reasons why esports is not respected by many of the normies out in the world is because they're
Wow.
like,
Those
it's not a
normies.
real sport. You know, you
Right.
don't sweat, you don't exercise. And I would not be surprised if in 50 years, electronic sports do kind of start to blend in with traditional sports. And we incorporate more athleticism.
So you mean having one of those things where you're standing with your VR, you can run all the sides because
Yeah,
you've got
like
this
if you were
waistband
on
holding
a
you in
treadmill
position.
kind of thing.
Yeah, but then a treadmill, because they already have those treadmills that you can move into all positions
Right.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Or you
but
could do some kind of like AR kind of thing, like VR AR.
Yeah.
Take a giant warehouse, put
Yeah.
a bunch of sensors on the inside, and
but that already exists.
Play-
They have
play
that.
an
They have
MMO.
that, right? You put
Yeah,
a
yeah.
backpack
Yeah,
on your back and
exactly.
you can feel the wind and the
but
fire.
it'll be smaller tech. It'll be less intrusive. It'll feel fully customizable. Like imagine how fun it'll be to play FPSs like that. consistently.
Oh, yeah.
Or MMOs.
That'll be
or,
scary as shit.
Or imagine how cool it would be to spectate those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Or
Or
in an arena.
Or that's how they'll play sports. Or there'll be a sports VR AR game that'll be more popular rather than sitting there trying to press buttons.
So
to make
you're
your guy
saying
throw
we
a
can
ball,
go to
you
an
throw it.
arena, and rather than watching people play on the screen, we'll have the actual players playing a
Yeah.
Dota game, and they are the heroes.
Yeah, like they're gonna have games like that.
I mean,
It'll be
I
like
think
Smite, but
in there's a movie
first
about this.
person.
In 100 years, maybe a little bit less, we're going to be in our houses and we will never leave. Okay?
Isn't that you now?
80% of the time. I'm here right now, aren't I?
True,
Now.
it's true.
Yeah.
Are you not
said
a
it was hard to
hologram
get-
right now?
You
That
told
was
me it's
good.
hard to get here,
That
though.
was-
It's hard
that
to
was good.
convince you.
But the point is, you're controlling an avatar of yourself that actually is, think of it as a robot that actually does what you want. Thus, you can go get killed, for example, and you don't actually die.
I think that's
What is
too
that movie? It has Bruce
futuristic.
Willis in it.
Yeah, I know exactly which movie you
Starts
mean,
with
but
an
I think
S.
that's too futuristic, and I don't think that will happen because it will still be unhealthy to sit in your house the whole day.
Not necessarily, because by then, surrogate. Thank you.
But I do think that people will not like the pill that is going to be. This is the same discussion we had, right? The pill that
That's
you
part of it.
The
Yeah.
exercise pill or something. You're just
Yeah, or the pill that,
makes your
that
body
gives
perfect.
you all the food that you need, so you don't need to go to the toilet anymore. That's kind of where
You
we're
won't
left
age
with.
by that point either, right?
That's not possible.
We're going to be
though.
the last old people.
I think that will be. That's very depressing, and I think
Yeah.
that by that time there will be so much overpopulation that won't be a thing.
Yeah, the overpopulation.
Doesn't that help with overpopulation?
If
though?
nobody ages, no, because then people will
Oh,
keep
that's what you
coming,
mean. Not the
coming
surrogate
in,
thing.
and then not aging. That's not going to.
Well, by then they're going to have some hardcore rules.
Like bounty hunter.
You can only have so many, you know.
Yeah,
You,
but
eight,
then-
you 80, you're over 80.
But then you're only
Time
killing
to
the
go.
robots. How do you even kill the real
You
person?
got to get inside their house, you know.
You've
Gotta
thought
get
about
right
this
in
a
there.
lot. It's quite disturbing.
No, by then we'll be on other planets
What the
anyway, so
hell are we talking
overpopulation will not be a
okay.
problem.
fair,
See?
because at that point the Earth is no longer.
Mars will be
existing.
terraformed in 100 years.
Welcome back.
We'll
This
figure- oh,
tournament is
Uh-oh.
about to get
Alright.
terraformed.
Bets on how long it's
no.
going to
Hello,
take
ladies
for him
and
to
gentlemen.
leave.
Hello.
It looks happier
Allow
than
me to
before.
explain the last few minutes to you.
Do you want to check your phone first?
I think I'm good. I've made my final demand.
Terrorists.
The teams, I want, you know what? I mean, fuck it.
Just give us the
Gaming
truth.
decreed that they did not want to play a best of 5 because they had time constraints with the qualifier. They wanted to move it to a best of 3. And I said, okay, we will do what we can to accommodate. We will do our best. Then they said that they would like 3,500 moonbucks. To which I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. And then they said, can we play captain's mode? To which I said, no. After heated negotiations, as FNATIC, of course, would like to play their best of 5, as it makes plenty of sense. They've done a great job in the tournament.
Yeah.
And they have accrued many moonbucks. And they've done very well. And of course, it would make more sense that Vici's gaming draft would go down in money as the series commenced.
Yep.
But they were not keen to that. So there was much negotiation, and we have settled on a now best of 1 game.
Oh,
Wow.
Where
so we're gonna assume it's tied.
I
it's a best of
I
3?
actually literally don't know. I agreed. Both teams agreed to do a best of 5, and we would award FNATIC 1 game. Vici Gaming would have 1 game. Then they said they thought it was best of 3, and I gave FNATIC a win, which doesn't even make sense. Because why would I give FNATIC a win on a best of 3 to make them play another game when they could just win 2 in a row? The entire situation is quite confusing, and just to be quite honest with you, I believe both teams may be on drugs. However, the grand finals of Midas Mode 2 will come down to a BO1.
Wow.
They have begged me for 2,000 more moonbucks, and I have denied them under the quote of ROTK is mad that he is poor. I have decided to ignore this angry outburst, and they will play their final game now.
Oh, God.
FNATIC will continue to have their monopoly advantage. Vici Gaming will be left with the money left over, and I would like to personally thank all the teams in the Dota 2 community for making this such a wonderful experience as a Tier 2 organizer. Thank you, everyone. I hope this final game of Midas Mode really brings the light and the joy we've been waiting for. And hopefully the draft will begin soon.
It just really reflects all the hard work that you put into this mode. So can we just applause for?
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Well done.
Wow, designed a beautiful mode, the bounties, the economy, and you know what? Give them free money.
Yes, we would like all the money of our opponents, please. Is that okay? Surprisingly, no, that's not okay. So there you go. We barely got the finals out. They were both almost ready to just say bygones be bygones, but we will have a final game, the hypest game of Midas Mode.
Okay.
Who will win our 1v1?
Wait, is it a 1v1?
Yes, apparently Vici Gaming has decided to forego their victory.
It's a BO1.
I don't know what it is.
mean
We're
like
playing one more game, winner
ROTKs
takes
going mid
all.
against Febby
Grand
again.
finals, let's hype it out.
Yeah!
Winning team
Dota.
takes it all. The last game, who fucking cares? Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yay.
For
Let's
what?
go, picks.
Time
We're
for
already
picks.
Are we in the
Black,
draft?
I want you here for this draft.
I'd rather not be here for the draft if you don't mind.
It's probably
You
for
need
your
to-
best interest.
Do you need to go into a back room,
right, we're
close the
doing
door, and
bounce again, guys.
scream
I think I'm good
until
on
you
this
can't
one.
scream anymore?
Don't forget, the only power we have left apparently in this game mode are the community bans.
Yes,
So
right
just
now.
ban whatever the hell you want. Don't ban Tiny,
guys,
ban the best goddamn heroes.
Nothing else fucking matters anymore. Just
Just ban the goddamn heroes.
have a good time.
For the love of God,
The
don't
teams-
ban Tiny.
Pro
Please.
players. Gotta love them.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
Very fun
I
tournament.
just-
Can we play captain's mode now?
so happy.
No, you can't. What a joy.
What a dick.
You remember
move.
when we started this region, we're like, wow, the Chinese teams are actually taking this
Yeah.
seriously. They're playing so well, all the bounties.
We
How far
private-
we've come since yesterday.
We privately slandered NA and EU about their lack of effort, and it
Little did-
turns out they did the best.
Little did we know
They actually finished.
they have excelled in memes. They have also excelled in this. Well done.
Incredible.
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
I thought we had the draft. What's going on?
Oh,
We
we
haven't
should
even done
any
the
moment now.
bans. We just did the Twitch bans.
Yeah,
I
but
wanna
we
see
did the
the
Twitch match
draft.
for the second time because we already did Twitch
Doesn't
earlier
even
as well.
matter.
They're
Just-
filtering.
there we
what
go.
they
Thank
Hey, the ban Tiny.
Hey, they banned Tiny.
Yes.
Wait,
6,500 moonbucks.
They never learn.
did you give them more money?
No, they did 2 bounties.
These assholes have 2,500 moonbucks, and
Yeah.
they're asking for more.
It was not enough. They wanted to be even in the grand finals.
They wanted to pick Tiny.
They wanted Tiny.
That's all they wanted. This whole tournament was about picking Tiny.
ROTK is angry that he's poor.
We're going to make it through it, boys. We got the
One
last
way.
game.
If they had like
We
400
finally
moonbucks,
made it.
I'd be like, okay, I see what they want this to actually have some chance. They can buy plenty of heroes.
They can.
Yes.
They only want the expensive ones.
5 seconds.
They can
They're
spend an
high-end
average
heroes.
500 moonbucks per hero.
They
We've
are
made
getting,
it.
They're getting pretty.
By the way, did we ask FNATIC about this? Are they okay with the best of one?
I mean,
Maybe Febby is watching right now. And
he's like, what?
I got some Febby
Oh,
ducks
no.
in the chat, please.
Oh, no.
Ducks in the chat, please.
Gracious me.
So we update our teams. We just talk about it on the panel and hope they're watching. You know, and that's why Vici was confused. You know,
Yeah.
they had an opportunity to watch how Midas mode worked for 5 days before the tournament
And they
started.
didn't.
It was just not a good time zone for them. Their admin, you know, their managers didn't read the messages from our admins. They didn't read the documents. Didn't watch
Yep.
the videos.
The Huya.com.
It's not their fault.
Hey!
Marana.
Here we go.
That's an
Marana has
expensive
been
hero.
picked.
Febby Marana?
Fnatic is no
Well.
longer holding back.
They know it's the last game,
Yeah.
unless
Remaining.
they message Slacks again.
What
Might not
if
be the last game of
they
Midas mode.
lose the game and say, can we play a best of 5? Is that cool?
We decided we like the mode. Can we start again?
All right, time for game 3, right, boys?
Welcome to the life.
Out of all the teams, FNATIC, I think, they've been the best team in the entire tournament.
Fnatic has been a fantastic team. They have
Yes.
really nailed it. They've done very well in the
Yeah.
mode. They've done all the bounties. They've played it right.
They
They've
didn't
gone all the way
negotiate.
in. Huh?
They didn't negotiate with you in a strong way.
No, they did not
They were
hold
just
up
good
the
boys.
draft for harsh, game-changing negotiations.
I hope Vici ends up with.
Seconds remaining.
What if they just draft and end up with still 1K in the bank? That would just
I
be
just
the
don't know.
perfect.
I do not know how to explain it if they do, sir. I'm very confused.
I really want to see it, please. ROTK. Take us home.
Take us home, baby.
In the Maserati.
On one more wild
in
ride
your
in Midas Mode 2.
In your $500,000 car. Need more moonbucks, though. It's not enough. Lich Shadow Shaman. Goodness.
Budget.
They are budget.
That is good.
That means they're saving for a big boy on the last pick, potentially.
Oh, please. Let's see that cool Night Stalker.
Hey,
Now,
you
let's
know.
not forget, if they cannot afford a single hero, it does go back to a Twitch pick.
Yes.
So we are good on that in case it happens, which I don't think is too bad of an idea. It's
Maybe
the
we should
last
just do
one.
it without telling them. How about that?
Yeah, that would be a
I
great
mean,
surprise.
It sounds like a great way to add some competitive integrity to this grand final. No bias, no funny business, no free moonbucks, just completely earning your keep, you know?
Ancient, hey, we got
Hey,
at least
give me
one
the ice
custom
cream.
hero.
Ice cream man!
Beautiful.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Where is
Ice
it?
cream.
I want to
Ice
hear
cream
that noise.
Ice cream cone.
Yeah.
So you can't help but smile. See that cuddly guy.
Wonderful. Look at him go.
Maybe when ROTK sees the AA model, Midas mode will warm in his heart. And he'll be like, you know,
His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
I just want to like go to the next land and pass him a note in Chinese that says, "Thank you so much for playing in Midas mode."
I'm mad that you're poor,
Consider
too.
playing in Midas mode 3. Thank you.
They should be the first team we invite to the next one. On a handwritten letter.
The first teams we invite to Midas Mode 3 are Beast Coast, Vici Gaming,
E-home.
Burning's Legion.
Burning Legion is in there too.
And
That's
Navi, of course.
what about Puppy?
An S4.
And that's
What about Puppy? I'll only play if Slacks plays with me.
Can we have an MVP of the tournament? I would love S4 to be our MVP. What do you guys-
Just-
Can we agree on that?
Do you want
Can we
to
just send him a trophy,
give
maybe?
him a pizza box from backstage? What do you?
Yeah, why not?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Lycan is banned out here.
Where are the trophies?
They're
Are they
in the
still?
back.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know Vici doesn't want theirs. That's for sure.
Chill out.
I think we need to keep that one.
Chill out, please.
Hope they don't want the prize money.
I don't know if they're going to get the full one after going best of 3 or best of... What is this, actually?
I don't know
It's
what
not
it
even a number anymore.
It's a best of 3, but game 1 has been forfeited for best of 1.
Yes.
What does that
Well
mean?
done.
It's the best of Dota.
It is the best of Midas mode, ladies. We only want the hype.
And Vici looked like they were trying to go for maybe somewhat of a push strat, and FNATIC is denying them by banning out Drow and Lycan.
Yeah,
Gotta love
Lycan.
it. FNATIC doing God's work.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Vici Gaming wants to end fast. FNATIC is like, no, you're not.
No,
Please pick
fam.
Techie's Sniper, I beg you.
Techie's is banned,
Just
unfortunately.
Techie's
Pick
Sniper.
Tinker, you know?
Oh,
That'll
yeah.
delay the
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
true. Tinker would be good.
All right.
Naga Siren.
This would be so hilarious if they're actually going for a push strat. This would be like the TI4 attempt.
Slacks, have you considered being Roshan this game? That you can
Yeah. Oh,
push your
Get
anger
that
away.
anger out
Like,
of you.
who's in Roche right now?
Let
Oh.
Roche out of the pit. As soon as the game starts,
Release the Kraken!
I just start beating every living thing on
Just
the
go
map.
straight down mid, dude.
Ah!
Slap your way.
No, it's great. All right.
Ooh, a faceless void.
I
They got
like
a little
it,
wombo
I like
combo
it.
now.
Yo, he's rubbing it in.
Yeah,
Fact
he
that They
is.
have way more money than their
Is
opponent.
this the most expensive
Oh,
draft
without
that we
a doubt.
have?
Yes, we.
I mean,
yes, it is.
why not? This
With-
is the last one.
The most expensive real draft, that is.
All right, all jokes aside,
Right, right.
though, we do know our place here at Midas
10
Mode.
seconds
These guys are getting ready for the qualifiers. This is the
Yeah.
major, this is the minor. Time constraints do
5
pop up,
seconds
and they were kind enough to at least play one more game instead of just, you know.
What was the time constraint again? What's the time?
What are they busy with?
Yeah, what are they doing?
I'm not.
I know. I just don't know if you want me to say.
I
really want
they,
to.
They need to practice for qualifiers.
I like that you look at it from
Oh,
the like such a nice way, but at the same time they agree to do something and
Yeah.
they're like,
Whoa.
oh, wait
Whoa.
a second.
Oh, Shiver. If
We don't need to
she's
do
not
this
in
on
Moondog.
stream.
I'm not in Moondog. Don't worry.
I am not condoning Shiver's statements at all. Shiver.
But I'm not.
Shame on you. But anyway, we are very excited to see the grand finals of
Yes.
the tournament. We're happy to see some good Dota, and hope we get a really great game with our last one here today, closing out the tournament. So we will see the Centaur War Runner get picked out. Very expensive, of course. They've got to empty out the Moonbuck Bank. We all know this is the last game, so there's no holding back. The best heroes they can afford. Anything sticking out to you guys?
I wonder how many, because they got like 2.2K left for FNATIC, so 2 more heroes. And like, I wonder if they can end on 0.
Oh, that would be nice. Ooh, a PA. All right.
All right.
I just really love all the push hero bands that they're doing on Fnatic
Yeah,
side.
I love it.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, even if they lose the laning stage, it'll allow them to delay potentially if they can pick the right heroes. PA was really good though. That was a strong hero earlier today.
10 seconds
That's all I have to
remaining.
say. I'm still thinking about practice.
Vici.
Practice makes perfect, Purge.
Yeah, scrimmages are very important. Vici needs another core for their last pick. Oh, okay. Ember Spirit for Fnatic. They can spend 1,625.
There
is
is-
anyone exactly
No,
1625?
I checked that. There is not.
1625.
There is indeed
But
not.
they do have one more ban available, so
True,
they can
true.
take down the price,
And
ban out Kunkka or
There
something.
is a 1427, which means they got about 200 left for a Super Roche.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Although
very much
that-
Super Roche.
Okay, yeah.
They would miss 2, but I'm sure that we can give them those to make sure that Super Roche still comes out.
I mean, whatever.
Let's start the game with Super
Just
Roche.
go.
Just fucking in the trap.
All right, Sand King is now
Wow,
out
they
of there.
spent a lot of money on a ban.
Yeah.
That is big.
213.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that tells us they know how much their last
Yeah,
hero that they
it's gonna
wanted.
be under 5.
This could give them some inference, right?
10 seconds.
Fnatic
Maybe Omni Knight.
knows
Omni
what to
Knight's
ban.
532.
That would be
5
so funny
seconds
if they ban their
remaining.
hero, actually. That would give me at least 5% pleasure of the pain they've caused tonight.
5%. That's
Five.
great.
It would make it less bad.
That's very high on the pleasure scale for Purge. A
Yes.
5%er. That's Christmas morning in Purge.
They ban up Pac, who has 488, so
Alright.
yeah.
There is
that
no
was the right
1503 hero, though.
They could pick. I was gonna say.
Night
Oh,
Stalker's
yeah.
in!
Nice.
Using that big boy money,
Damn.
and look at that efficiency, 76 Moonbucks
That's
left.
a good lineup.
But no
nice.
Super Roche money, that means.
No, correct.
That's okay. We'll give it to
We'll
them.
get it.
And want to give them good creeps.
Every
to,
Roche is a Super Roche.
Now the question is, were those high numbers a trap or not? I mean, those were
No,
somewhat.
these are good heroes.
Those
These are
were
good
somewhat
comp.
artificially good heroes because of the ban
True.
stuff.
And 2 of them just got nerfed also.
Yes.
Last pick Zeus with 74
Hey,
Moonbucks.
That's
nice job. Look at that. Technically, Vici Gaming the better team because they had less Moonbucks at the end of the tournament. That's more efficient by 2 Moonbucks, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen. Very efficient job there.
Very efficient. They
All
played
right.
this game mode to a T.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. What they did great
Great.
negotiations behind the scene.
I mean, isn't that in the spirit of Midas Mode as well, though? Maybe Midas Mode is a meta game where not only must you negotiate on the field of battle, but you must also negotiate with the worn down and miserable commissioner of the mode. And in true reality, many teams have excelled in the metagame as well. Congratulations on that as we move into this final game of Midas Mode 2.
They were not the first.
I believe our Roshan is the arm breaker himself.
The arm breaker!
Oh, shit.
That is terrifying.
Can we get the okay to just get Super Roach the whole game?
You know,
it's time.
I am so afraid.
Yo, don't tell me Vici's gonna come complain about integrity.
Look at him punch.
Come
He
on.
had
Look
it.
at that kid!
Whoa!
It's gonna punch so many times.
No guns were allowed in this
Holy
venue.
shit.
Let's go.
The red light really makes that 10 times scarier than it was last time I saw it. That's intense.
All right, whose lineup do we like, guys?
FNATIC, more expensive,
Is-
is better.
All right.
I
Good.
see a lot of time dilation
Vici.
potential.
What are you doing to me?
Wow. Bias.
Fuck up first.
You know,
Go fuck themselves.
No, shut up.
you know, this,
I hope
this
they
is a
fucking
bias.
disband after this game.
Shut up.
Calm down.
Shut
Calm
the
down.
hell up.
I hope they
Tsunami.
get really good practice out of this
Whoa,
match.
whoa, whoa. Tsunami.
So that's FNATIC, I take it from that response.
Now, whenever anyone comments on Reddit biased caster, that's the benchmark that you should use for what a biased caster looks
Yeah,
like.
I don't think that one's going in the chat wheel.
Why not? You never know.
I will go FNATIC. Competitively speaking, I think Faceless Void has a lot of time dilation potential against a Zeus and a Phantom Assassin, so I think that that's going to be the core of the match.
All right. I will go FNATIC because I want them to win.
Jesus
Slacks,
Christ.
what do you? What is
I would
Slacks, what do you
enjoy them
say?
winning this very
I
much.
should not have shared any of this information.
Slacks, what do you want out of this match here?
Who do you
I
want to
want
win?
Vici Gaming to win on this one.
I believe
we,
you.
you know, it's been a very fun Midas mode, and this is just a unique way to close out the tournament. As unique as the rest of the tournament
Slacks.
is itself.
Can you blink twice if you're being held hostage right now?
Nope. You know what? I love great games. Vici Gaming's had a really fun run in their time. FNATIC's done an amazing job at Midas mode. Either way, we're going to get a great winner here today. So I'm going to even her out with a Vici Gaming pick with Sheaver.
That wouldn't. What?
You said
No,
more
I said
expensive.
FNATIC as well.
Whoops.
It's
Well,
4
let's
to
go.
1.
Thanks for coming, guys. We'll shoot it over to the game any moment, I'm
No,
sure.
I'm sure that the draft is
Sure,
not.
you
the
want
game's
to
not
check
yet
your
ready.
phone real quick just to
I'll
make
check
sure?
my phone and see
We
if
actually
this game
decided that we
is
don't want
actually
to
going
play.
to
I don't
happen.
like my draft. Please give me a new one.
And they have quit. No, kidding.
I wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
no.
Don't scare us like that because it could actually
So,
happen.
yes, maybe we should actually talk about this draft. Any strengths for real?
I don't remember what was there.
Can we
Picked
look
expensive.
at
Show
the
the-
once
show
more?
the thing.
Talked about
Blinded
that.
by
Night Stalker.
rage.
The Wombo
Faceless
combo
Void.
is real for FNATIC.
Yeah, that's true. They have
Enjoy
really
it.
good
They got
combo
the
setups.
bubbles and the arrows into the bubbles and the ice blast into the bubbles.
And Ember Spirit too. At first, I was thinking they don't have enough disables for like casual setups, but Ember Spirit's excellent. Just slight chains into arrows, slight chains with cold feet is going to be disabled. They've got some good options here for
They
sure.
got a lot of nice silences for the Zeus and the Lich and the Shadow Shaman. So the Shadow Shaman is going to be free food for that Night Stalker. It's going to be good for him. Night Stalker is also fairly tanky by himself, so should be able to live
Yeah.
against the PA a little longer than
The
average.
shield from Lich is not going to do a whole heck of a lot. FNATIC is pretty much entirely magic damage.
It's true. Hey, Suns fan. Are you
Yes?
cheering for FNATIC harder than you were cheering for DC at TI6?
No, there's no reason to answer that question. We have a lot of
No. No, I was rooting quite hard. I was shitting myself in the locker room of Key Arena.
I remember that.
Oh.
I was very stressed.
You were very stressed. in
I'm
that
surprised I
grand
didn't go
final.
bald at that event. Holy shit.
Well-
Who's more stressed, him now or you then?
Oh, him.
Oh, okay.
Not even close. Well, that's the thing. Like, Captain's Draft, I was more stressed by far than any other time in my entire life.
okay.
So I can only imagine.
So what you're
this
telling
man's
me
going
is I should try to run a tournament.
Yes, it's well worth it. Not only do you lose your hair and your sanity, but all your money as well. And all the respect from all the teams that say that they will play, but
All
do
right,
not.
chill, We're having a great
I'm sorry,
time.
I'm sorry.
Everything's very nice. We're having a good time here on our grand final best of one
Well,
showdown.
while we have some time, we can reflect because we're making fun of it all, but it has been a lot of fun. Like it was like even with Bisco's disbanding, that actually was very fun as well.
The real Midas mode was the friends that we made along the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's just.
I mean, for me, the number.
East Coast fucking player and played their next match. How does this happen?
That's definitely against DPC rules, right?
That is definitely not
Possibly,
in the DPC.
possibly.
Switch a player to another team within the same tournament.
That one guy that was
definitely-
banned from all Alphabet stood in at Ember Gate.
Z-Talk, my boy.
Z-Talk. We almost got smashed. That would have been hype as hell.
But it is a very unique tournament for that reason, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't change that.
Where
Yeah,
else
it's
would you
really
see
unique.
this?
Yeah.
The one consistently good thing, and it's been better than any event I've ever been to, is the crowd. The people that have
Yes.
attended have been fucking
Yes.
incredible.
Absolutely.
And
Unbelievable.
nobody is asleep right now.
No, they're wide awake for this best of one, baby.
Oh yes.
Got way
but
more hype.
honestly, what an incredible experience it's been. The whole point of this tournament was let's try to do something the opposite of what everyone else tries to do. And as you see, we've done it.
It works.
Turns out this is as opposite as shit could go. No. But jokes aside, we at Moonduck and everyone that's worked so hard on this tournament, Tsunami too, I mean, working, just doing all the videos and stuff. We wanted to make a tournament that was focused on the fans as much as possible. And I sure hope that we delivered to everybody that came out here from across the world and across the state, and even the guys that are here. What time is it? Fucking 4 a.m. or some shit? 3:30 a.m. They're still in the crowd. And they're still watching. So yeah, I hope we did it weird. Most people appeal to the online stream only. They don't really give a shit about the people that come, the fans in person, and that's all we wanted to do. So I hope that together we all made that experience special, and it's something that you guys will never forget.
Yeah, we were able to get them to play Creeps. We were able to get them to play Roche.
Creeps! Roche! I mean, the
That's
map,
awesome.
too. The map, the Sadim screens, letting people put memes in there.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of dreams came true.
Yeah.
A lot of nightmares, too.
All right, well, for the last time, guys, let me introduce to your caster pair. It is Odie Pixel and Kyle for the final game of the Betway Midas Mo 2!
Yay!
Hello. There we go. Thank
One
you very
point.
much, production. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Carl, and we're getting ready for the deciding game, as it is between FNATIC and Vici Gaming. Just had both of the drafts, both teams spending all their money. Of course, FNATIC with about double the pot to play with, and they've got some big heroes. We've got what's a Void A, some Night Stalkers, Embers. I mean, it was pretty much twice as expensive as the draft of Vici Gaming. Would you say it's twice as good, Kyle, or what do you reckon?
Well, it could be twice as bad. Who knows?
We'll
Let's
see.
see how it plays out. But the Ember Spirit is, I believe, I haven't seen this picked in the tournament, honestly. You got a Night Stalker with it to boot. This is a hell of a draft. And meanwhile, on Vici, you've got a PA with no steroid and 3 really squishy int heroes.
Yeah, that is true. There's going to be this portion of the game where they have to be very careful at the Chronosphere. Multiple heroes here that if they, well, pretty much, yeah, any of the heroes other than the Centaur, if they get caught, they will instantly die. And even the Centaur, he's got to be careful as well. And we'll see. We'll see if Savage can pull it off with the old Void, as they have certainly got a very good lineup to do it. So.
Do you mind, Slacks is still here, but since everyone just like sold out, can I plug my Instagram? Is that okay?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is that a yes? Yeah, nice.
Yeah. What's your Instagram? There we go.
There you go.
30 seconds
Thanks,
to
guys.
battle.
Everybody give that one a follow.
There you go. See, you got to check, see if some of the FNATIC lads follow you.
Also, don't forget to also subscribe to Rich W. Campbell, Ziori's brother. God, I love Slacks. And you know what else I love, Owen? I love Dota 2. Let's see how this rune fight breaks down. Bottom lane, Savage is probably going to watch. We're going to have that patented 2-for-2 exchange, most likely.
Let's have another try for
Whoa,
the arrow.
whoa.
Hey there, I'm going to get that arrow. That should be good enough setup. He has yet to skill Eurus, so he can go for the Blink Strike. Will jump across. Question is if they'll actually save him. They need a couple more hits. Looks like they won't get it, so Eurus will survive. Does not have a salve, though, so we'll only have to rely on the Tango regen, and that does mean the Lich will be left for dead. DY will be the new focus and the new first blood as FNATIC take him down.
God, I love Febby too. Tri lane top. This is going to be interesting. See how that works out. Just kidding. Baby's going bottom. Or Jabs.
All right, set up for the forward AA lane between the two of them. Savage will have to be a little careful, especially once the couple of levels roll in for Yang and PYW. A lot of disable and burst between these two heroes. So has to be very careful with how he time walks around on this bottom half of the map. What else are we seeing in the other lanes? The mid lane matchup, Ember versus Zeus. How does this one normally work out? Does it end up that the Flame Guard it's like enough magical absorption, or is it Zeus is high magical enough to deal with an Ember running him?
Usually you do what he's done here. You don't Flame Guard the first wave at all,
yeah,
because it gets popped by 2 Chain Lightnings or 1. Bolt. Later on, you start to pressure the Zeus, specifically level 5. That's where it changes. Until then, you're just trying to outlast it and tank the damage, which is usually pretty doable because, you know, Ember's got a Quelling Blade. You're going to get almost every last hit. Zeus does have a slight base damage advantage, but, you know, melee heroes, what are you going to do?
We'll see how well Moon can play it. And let's see what sort of movements we have from the other supports when it comes to those mid lane wraparounds. Top lane, bit of action as they look towards Ninja Boogie. He's tanky enough to walk it off. Just have to be a little careful though against the two of them. They will have a good amount of chase. In fact, he steps forward. Ninja Boogie in a lot of trouble. They're in with the daggers, and he will go down for that one.
Lich PA. These heroes have been nerfed how many times? Still very effective, that combination. You shield into hop forwards, follow up nuke. It's a ton of damage and slow.
A lot of ways that they could just stay on a target. Very hard for these two heroes to peel them off. Now I've got that AoE silence from the Night Stalker, but early levels and such, it's not really going to do too much in terms of keeping him alive against the punches of the PA.
Yeah, this bottom lane is the one to watch, I think, for Vici fans. Void versus Centaur. Yang at some point will start to dominate this lane.
We can see already.
They hit so hard, the Rost as well, 81 base damage.
Because of that, Savage isn't getting too many creeps from the lane. He's going to get this wave under the tower. That'll be all right there. Mid lane. Now it does connect. And in fact, whoa. Ori. Oh, he's in trouble. Febby.
Oh, no.
Oh, he did try and go for the courier. He won't get it, and he will end up dying to the tower there as Febby.
Dude, it upgraded as the last auto attack was coming in to kill it. That is so unfortunate.
Look at that fan of the river. They're going to be able to get jabs out of this as well. Double kill for Ori as he's able to protect the courier and get himself a nice bit of gold from those 2 kills.
You were very happy with that. Moon's still CSing just fine, and this is going to start to become a very Ember-dominated lane. But the thing about Zeus is if you get those early kills, that gold per minute starts churning. You really just need a couple of nulls, the bottle, you get Arcanes or Soul Ring, and all of a sudden you're able to just farm every wave with spells alone. See if we can get this rune. 4 minute will be spawning in about 10 seconds, but looks like Febby will cover bot, and I expect Moon will go early top, or at least cut off the Zeus's ability to pursue that rune.
Dire's structures are fortified.
This is really well done by FNATIC. Obviously, they would have got this anyway, but it's nice to cover both runes in an Ember-Zeus matchup. The rune control is just so important.
Oh yeah, for sure. You do not want to let this Zeus get anything like a regen or an arcane rune.
I like this, but like you can see, like the roster recognizes he TP's middle. Like you have to fill Zeus's bottle if Ember gets his. Top lane they've actually abandoned for now because Boogie is just pulling all the way behind the tier 2. This is how you want to play off lane nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't even bother contesting the hard lane.
No, for sure, especially not against this PA Lich. There's a lot of potential early on to chase down heroes and stay on top of them. Inside the jungle, Yang. Eyes on Febby, coming in from the side. PYW, seeing if he can get in for the disable. And it's not going to commit for it for now. Jump out from Febby as he's getting over towards those 5-minute bounty runes. PYW should have the control to stop him from getting this. Actually doesn't go for it. And that means Febby is able to grab that bounty rune. Back over the other half of the map. Yang chasing down Jabs. Will be able to just punch him down with the damage built up on his passive.
Oh my god, Retaliate's broken.
Dire's top tower
Just a matter of a few hits and AA just dies immediately. Now Savage.
Oh, dude, if he had got the grip there, Savage was dead too, because he still had the retaliate charge.
That was a little bit of hesitation from PYW. Yeah, definitely right. Could have set something up. Febby is there though, mind, and so's Jabs. Ready if anything comes down. In fact, Febby is able to lay down the arrow. Savage salving up, doesn't want to commit onto the Shaman. Actually looking towards Yang, getting involved in the pull to the side. Taking what he can away from them here behind the small camp.
That was really well played. For Spirit mid, they're looking to dive here. You got the Night Stalker. It is nighttime. But this does mean they're abandoning top. Free farm for the PA for the time being. Oh, Lich is very dead.
Oh, he is. Trapped into the trees. Ninja Boogie will be able to surround him. TPs are coming in. They'll kill him off the roof of the remnants. PYW goes for the shackle attempt onto Ninja Boogie. Another nuke comes down for Mori. Febby aims for the arrow, but it won't hit its target. Ninja Boogie, being nighttime though, will manage to move himself out of the distance and out of harm's way. They'll turn now towards PYW. Remnant forward to the high ground, but the save's there. The shield's out. Now PYW turns. Moon pops the invis, but the lightning bolt from Mori comes down and kills him off.
Wow. It's just too much magic damage. The Zeus is actually just purging this Flame Guard off in a bolt and a Q. And who is Ninja Boogie?
What do you mean, Ninja Boogie?
Ninja Boogie.
Oh, okay. Ninja
I've
Boogie.
heard you say Ninja Boogie like 1,000 times. Why are you saying Boogie?
Boogie. That's how you say it, Carl.
You going through a phase?
No. It's this horrible American pronunciation, Carl.
Oh, well, I don't want to start. Don't get me started on aluminum again.
A 1K lead for Vici Gaming. Just under that, it's pretty close at the moment. No one really getting entirely left out. I mean, even with those kills in the mid, Zeus is still very far behind in CS compared to the end. But top lane, Savage is going to look for the play with his chrono. So they've got enough damage. They do have the follow-up arrow from Febby, and that will mean there's no escape for the PA. Jump forward from Savage. He's hungry for more. PYW gets himself underneath the tower. Thunder God's Wrath is popped, and now Ori turns. Savage, he's overcommitted. Savage will die. Shackles are there. DY gets the double. As quickly as they get that kill with the chrono, they lose the two of them, and Yang just walks in. The retaliate is too strong as Jabs dies underneath the tower.
I never want to play AA against Centaur again. He's actually just dead in a stun. 2 auto attacks, a stun, and a double edge. You are a wet noodle, unfortunately, against an over-leveled Centaur.
We'll see Moon if he gets lucky with the rune spawn. And he will do so. Not necessarily the flashiest of runes, but a bottle refill nonetheless. Now Savage, may have got that kill earlier just now on Eurus with that chrono, but it does mean 80 seconds without the safety of the big purple bubble. So has to be a little more careful. We'll be going, of course, for that Midas build. So needs a bit of time, needs a bit of space. Febby heading back over to mid. Maybe see if they can go for Ori. If they get a good chains connection, certainly be worth a shot. PYW is already coming in though. Doesn't want to leave Ori unattended. Knows that with Febby off the map and wandering around, there's always the chance of a stray arrow coming into the mid lane.
It's a interesting game. FNATIC just aren't really in a position to make moves yet with no Chronosphere active. But once it is, I expect they'll try and make a move top. But look at the warding from Vici. 3 different wards placed to control the entrances to this top lane. You can see how much they value Eurus' free farm. He's going to go for the Battle Fury, and that's critical. You're going to play an all-natural PA. You need to make sure he gets the Battle Fury up ASAP.
Febby tries to go inside the jungle, find some information for the team. Ori's there, instantly nukes him down with the lightning. I should say, they have to somehow punish this PA a little more. I saw what Eurus was able to do last game when he got the farm. Savage going for the standards as well after the Midas, queuing on the Maelstrom. He's going to need a fair bit of time himself to really get his build online, but he can be a little more involved in the plays. Using that chrono each and every time. Should be a guaranteed kill with the teammates that he has. Bottom lane, Yang is going to commit to get the last hit on the tower. Looks like he may lose his life for it though. Moon's here ready and waiting, jumps in. Will be able to get the kill.
It's worth it though. You'll take a death for a tower any day of the week. Especially since they're going to collect 2 bounty runes as well. Febby on this roaming Mirana. Not having the most success, but it's actually a really tough Mirana game under the circumstances. This is an excellent Zeus game. One of my favorite heroes against AA, Mirana, and Night Stalker, because you provide vision, specifically clear vision, around potential invises, flying Night Stalkers.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just so much burst early on as well on top of the...
They have so much lockdown
game.
as well. So
Yeah.
you catch this Void out of position, all of a sudden Zeus is going to be able to take out half his HP
Oh,
and
for
a
sure.
round of spells.
I mean, he's going for the Midas Maelstrom, but until he gets that BKB, this game is not going to be easy for 23 Savage. And he's has to be careful. Does have Chrono again. And Yang's the one pushing in. Extra backup is coming over for FNATIC. Not the easiest target to kill in the Chrono, but with the three of them, they should have the damage to do so. See if he wants to commit with it. Jumps forward, and there's the setup. Cold Feet, they've also got the Ice Blaster. Right, Jabs being 6 means that without a shadow of a doubt, they get that kill onto Yang. Unfortunately for Savage, won't be the one to get the last hit. Will go the way of Jabs that money.
They do have a bots up on Ember, and he's going to try and make a move middle immediately.
And they go into the tower with Ninja Boogie committing. Onto PYW. Will manage to turn and get down the Serpent Wards. Ninja Boogie trapped up. Shackles are there. They get the kill, but Ninja Boogie, he's going to go down in return, dying to the Serpent Wards. The PYW was able to get out with his dying breath.
It's something we don't see very often, that bots rush on Ember, but I was about to make the comment that the downside of the FNATIC lineup is that Ember has to be involved for them to find kills. He's their only real stun, and if Moon is forced to push lanes only, then they really struggle to make plays, but this bot's first purchase means he'll be able to play split from his team and then immediately be able to rejoin and be that essential setup for arrows, for AA. You don't want to be relying on Chronosphere to find team fights. And they're also lacking on wave clear. All three of their support positions don't have that ability. Eventually Febby will, but level 6, not so much.
As the Midas done for Savage, and will opt to take the strength talent this game due to the amount of high burst that the lineup has. Cannot afford to play it greedy and take for the damage. They're pushing up top. Yang's going to head over. He's on his own. He's going to get outnumbered here quite severely. Needs backup. TPs are going to come in towards the tower, but the stun control's there with the arrow and the blast. Yang is dead. Ori TP'd in for this one, but FNATIC, they'll just collapse on him as well immediately, taking down a second and a third, as Moon was also working on DY towards the middle lane. They found 3 heroes across the map, and with that, they'll be able to get some pressure onto the towers.
That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to do if you're FNATIC. They didn't even have the Chronosphere. They just had superior positioning. Night Stalker nighttime popped. All of a sudden they take over. Moon's even going to get that mid tower, looks like. One more hit.
There's a lot of money. Look at this build as well from Moon. On top of the bots going straight into the Blade Mail. So, I guess against all these heroes with, sort of support heroes, squishy heroes with the nukes, it will really put them off from being able to try and kill the Ember when he's running them with the Flame Guard.
It's also a cheap way to get some plus armor. Surprised that it's just, Blade Mail is a really cool item because it just straight up gives you the sum of its parts, but with a bonus. You have that active ability. In fact, you actually get a bonus for damage. Used to be an extra armor and a few intelligence too, but it's been nerfed slightly. But point is, it's very stat efficient. You'd expect it in the past, maybe you'd see medallions or solar crests, but hang on, Night Stalker, he's probably dead.
He's got the silence, but yeah, DY throwing down a Chain Frost. Who's on to follow up? In comes the Ember, but no help for Ninja Boogie.
Yeah. And you want Boogie to be able to be the one buying that medallion at some point in the game, so it makes sense the Ember gets armor in a different manner. BKB, the next item. Haven't seen a rushed BKB since maybe did it back at TI.
Several ones are going to be dropped down. Chains. Going to set up for the connection. Jabs. Does he want to try and commit for this? Getting the Vortex down. PYW will get frozen up by the Cold Feet, but with the Serpent Ward still there, FNATIC a little careful about how they fight through this. Moon is trying to poke at this with the Blade Mail out. He gets himself immediately on top of PYW. He'll get the kill. As the rest of Vici Gaming do retreat, Jabs heading over. Chronosphere is available for Savage, but he's not quite on the front lines with the rest of the team. He's focused on the farming at the moment.
Yeah, he's got the Midas up too. This is actually looking great for FNATIC bottom lane. Boogie's found the PA. He's going to harass him a bit. Was able to claim the bounty from under his nose. So 3 going to the SEA side. Ori's fallen off quite a bit as well. I blame his build though. I've seen Zeus's do this. I'm telling you, you always got to prioritize the mana regen. I've regretted every single game I've played and that I've witnessed where Zeus didn't immediately go for these regen-based items, specifically Soul Ring, a Rushed Arcanes, an Aether Lens. You need that mana regen ASAP, otherwise you just can't farm at all times. You're forced to control runes, and Zeus just isn't as adept as a hero like Ember Spirit at actually playing around the map like that. He does have bots up, but his net worth definitely struggling a bit when you consider he is 4-1-4.
See up top, DY is going to come in and try and slow down this push. Have to be careful how he shows himself. With Savage having the chrono good to go as well as the completed Maelstrom. Jabs. Also needs to be wary of what could be waiting for him on the high ground. Ori going from jungle camp to jungle camp, staying in the neighborhood, ready for a fight. They'll move over with the Moonlight. Sentries are down though for Vici Gaming, so Ori should know what's up. He's split from the rest of the team though. Now we'll get the opportunity for Savage to just catch him alone in the chrono. Moon's also able to move in and get himself on top of PYW again with his Blade Mail, causing a lot of issues for heroes like the Shaman who cannot afford to turn and try and hold the Ember off him. It's a 2k lead now for FNATIC, getting active across the map. Both Moon and this Faces 423 Savage having a great start to the game. He does get the BKB done. He will be feeling pretty invincible. As the PA, the only item she's going to have, it will be that Battle Fury. Offensive-wise, it's not going to be there for a bit of time, Eurus.
They're going to save the kill, make sure the PA gets it. Very important. At some point, Eurus should be able to win this game for his side, but he'll need at least one, probably more like 2 items before he's at an equal footing with this Void. You need a BKB to play Dota, that's for sure. He's still quite a ways away. I'd like to see FNATIC continue to play with the same pace. They've got nighttime up for another 2.5 minutes. You can see the line drawn by Boogie. He's cutting aggressive paths, wants to make sure he's pressuring PA as much as possible as he runs back into his underworld. Nope, they're going to smoke. Never mind. I like it. Keep the Void back. He's just going to farm until Chrono's up. Everybody else, go get frisky.
Let's see what they can find with this one. They are a little split out, Vici Gaming. They have Yang down on his own towards the bottom. Boogie will have his smoke dispelled. Walks into DY instantly with a stampede. Yang keeping DY safe, and now they can try and turn. They look towards Ninja Boogie. Jump forward for Eurus, getting the crits off. Ninja Boogie will fall. Yang gets in with Blink on top of Febby. Still has leaps available, so will manage to break himself away from the Centaur. Here's Stampede down. Maybe they can try and get something going with this in mind, FNATIC. Still a bit of time before their chrono's up though, and that has really been the big spell that guarantees them action. 10 seconds and it will be there. Savage may want to play a little more careful and get the BKB done before they go chasing for more kills. Bottom lane Moon. They're going to commit with the Hoostorm. Yang find himself taking an arrow to the backside. PYW is heading over. Hex out in place to keep them off Moon. He's trying for drive pin. In fact, he's found the Zeus. He's in straight away with the Remnants, closing the gap onto Ori. Sleight of fist out. Shield will be there, keeping Ori fine. Savage is in. Pods the chrono. He's caught the Zeus. They've got the follow-up arrow. Savage has the damage. What does he? The Zeus is still alive. Finally falls, but the turnaround's there with the shackles on the Savage. He gets the time walk off just in time. They've lost Febby. Savage and Moon still hunting for DY and Yang in the trees. They've found Yang. Savage getting himself away from the Centaur, worried about the lockdown that he can offer, but Moon, he's doing the rest of the job, running them down, burning them with the Flame Guard. Eurus commits, a Remnant towards the lane, but PYW is there ready and waiting. The Hex is out. That's the round, and the ult will connect onto the 3 of them. Should tick out Yang by the looks of it. I think PYW might be dead as well here. No, PYW should be fine. Yang, on the other hand, oh, it was close. A couple of ticks away. They don't actually end up going down, so that brilliant Ice Blast from Jabs.
One more tick, I think, would have done a 202 HP. He would have been dead. 10% shatter threshold. It's a shame that first AL with the Zeus, so that would have been a completely different fight for FNATIC. There was a ton of space made for Boogie up top. He was able to push that all the way into the tier 2, do half damage to the tower.
Getting some big items after that fight. Now Eurus, BKB's nearly done after the Battle Fury, so then he'll feel safe enough to have the luxury of going for those hard-hitting damage items. Once he's got his farming tool and his safety tool complete.
You should never forget your safety tool before you go into battle. Expect that Vici will wait until they've got that protective barrier up and running.
Especially
just the recipe away.
With Moon being in the game as he is, as we're seeing in these fights, with the Flame Guard talent and such, and that Blade Mail, he really just can run down heroes, and there's not a huge amount they can do about getting him off them, as most of the time having to use their disable to deal with the Void, ensure that they do get the bigger kill. Bottom lane, jabs found in the trees. Yang and Ori push out, catch out the old snow cone. Still a very close game this time around. 21 minutes in, 14-16. Both carries with an incredibly similar amount of farm, both 23 Savage and Eurus.
He's also now got the BKB online for the Void. I believe Ember's going to have his complete. Nope, actually went for the Ags first on Moon. I like that decision.
That's an early Ags.
Yeah, very early.
Probably one of the earliest we've seen. 21-minute Ags.
When you've got bots, its values increase, though, because you can effectively play the entire map. So you see, he's not even willing to be a part of the smoke. He knows he can just join whenever he wants. Oh, initiation.
Oh, jumps on an Ninja Boogie. They put the Stampede Serpent Wards down as well as they're getting split up. Savage commits. Gets the three-man chrono. Do they have to follow up? The Ice Blast comes in onto the three of them. They've lost the Shaman. The Bashes are out. Savage picks up a second. Double kill here for the Void. Eurus is going to go for the BKB TP out. Savage won't be able to find the Bash in time, but Moon will be able to find further kills. The Flame Guard ticking down onto DY. DY trying to run. One more Remnant in that will finish him off. There's been a buyback from PYW. Savage is coming across. Another buyback coming out from Ninja Boogie this time. As FNATIC, they want to keep the fight going. Yang comes in. Look for the Who Stop, but Moon with these Axe Remnants juking around, staying on top of Ori. Ori turns, another nuke down. Arrow won't quite find onto Ori. He dodges it, but FNATIC, they're moving in. Savage jumps over, closes the gap with the Time Walk. He's on top of Eurus. There's no BKB available for Eurus to use, as he's already used it. They're pushing the entire team back. Oh, Febby! Oh, the combos there. Febby lines up the arrow. Moon's in with the Remnant. Everybody pretty much dead on Vici Gaming. FNATIC's not even done yet. Moon, Savage, and Ninja Boogie head up to the high ground. Every single player dead. Ultra kill for Savage, as they absolutely crush them. Moving in with style. The chrono to set it up. Vici Gaming tried to throw a lot into that fight with the buybacks, but it was not enough.
That's a great, just absolutely excellent execution there. And you can also see the power of the Ember Ags, where Moon had effectively perfect spell casting, but even more importantly, there were, I think, there was a 4 to 5 second period where he was just kind of juking around, and the Zeus and Centaur and PA are all just waiting, like, trying to get the kill, and he's just toying with them. The rest of his team just mops up, free to cast their spells whenever they desire. Just easy peasy. And that was the BKB reveal on the PA, but unfortunately it was Chrono throughout most of the duration.
Now they go for Rush. Double damage rune there. Whoa! Okay, they forgot about the VR Rush. Savage just dies immediately to the Roshan. And whoa! Moon's he's got it in his rune to get him away, but yeah, my goodness. They forgot about the Roche. They really did. They thought they could just walk in and take it. That double damage rune baiting them in for the Roche attempt. That's kind of a big deal. Savage dead for quite some time because of that bit of a blunder.
And Vici Gaming, unfortunately, they did apply for some, what is it called, quantitative easing, but alas, not given it. Thus, too poor to upgrade the Roshan.
Yeah, neither team with money. Unless some bounties get done, of course. You've got to remember, when you do a bounty, you do get the reward instantly into your account. So still the chance that we may see a Super Roche later in the game, if any bounties are achieved. Oh, okay, so FNATIC does have money now with the job they've done. So FNATIC can go for the upgrade themselves if they do feel that Vici Gaming is going to be looking for it at some point of the game.
BKB soon to be complete on Moon. He did not grab that top bounty. A little concerned that perhaps there's somebody in the area. Going for the proper build in this game as well, in my opinion. The Flame Guard Absorption, DPS, and Spell Amp. So going for that more spell casting Ember style. But when you're playing against Zeus, I think it's value.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, Zeus does not want to be buying a BKB.
Exactly. And neither do these two squishy supports that
Yeah.
he's going to be trying to jump in the back lines at all times.
And they go up towards the top. Ooh!
What?
I mean, he hits it. It's quite far away from the action, but Moon, he's got the way to close the gap. Starts to play around with Yang a little bit. It is a Centaur still at the end of the day, and a tanky one at that with the Pipe of Insight, so they'll let Yang go.
Still a great arrow by Febby. Man's been on point. Regular Robin Hood.
Another DD rune here. Savage won't make the mistake of going for Roche like last time.
He's got the Mjolnir up, along with the Bottled. Chrono active as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance for them to look for some action. And Vici Gaming's going to know it. They've got to play it careful. They cannot afford to get caught out by these three-man Chronos again. Been hitting them every single time. Savage in the team fight. Space is there for a top tier 2 tower to fall. Moon pushes on.
They're really close to these critical items. You're going to have a Deso up on PA soon and the Ags on the Zeus, but they need a little more time. And right now, FNATIC's ready to rock and roll. They've got everything they need. They're just gunning for it.
Quite find the Zeus before he's on his way out. Yang. Can he get himself away from this? Does still have Stampede to rely on. And in the trees, in fact, before they get vision upon him. And we'll be able to escape Savage. Does come a hunting, just not quite soon enough, though.
I'd really love to see Boogie pick up a Blink at some point. Probably after the Solar Crest. In fact, yeah, he does have that queued up. Because all he's got to do is hop on top of any of these backliners. Even the Centaur is a good target. If you can prevent damage and ensure your team has that initiation edge, you're going to win every fight. Because Chrono on 2, Arrow, AA, Blast, like those heroes are going to die no matter who they are.
Oh, we see the build as well from Eurus. Queuing up the Aghanims. That's his next pick up this game.
Is that the build?
Oh, I feel like I've only seen a sort of a couple of PA players go for it early on in their own build. I mean, you know, is anything big to sort of dispel this game? I mean, I guess sort of what the cold feet. It's going to be one and the chains. Yeah, could be nice for that. Free up your mobility.
Just don't know if they're going to have the damage. You have major DPS issues right now. Maybe you can count on your Zeus, I suppose.
Oh, Moon.
Oh, love it. He's already mid.
There's 4 heroes waiting to try and set up on him there. Unable to catch him. And he's playing smartly around what he knows, what he can see and what he can't. With that Envy's room, may even be able to get himself straight back into there. Febby fishing with arrows, checking the status behind and towards the base. Smoke from Vici Gaming. See if they can do anything big. Eurus with that Desolator complete and level 20. He does hit very, very hard as long as he doesn't get chronoed. And even then it's going to be particularly hard. Monkey King Bar done for Savage. They have the tools required to kill the PA more than easily. That's Ninja Boogie acting as a bit of the bait at the moment.
He's really close to that Blink Dagger. And you don't mind if they jump your 25 armor, 2500 HP Night Stalker. This is the definition of bait, as the rest of the squad is just lying here in wait. Ready and willing to engage. The Zeus ult gets popped. Means that, yeah, Radiant know what's up, and they're going to charge in now. You're all still full HP.
I'll see if Savage can't get on top of them. Eurus sneaking around in the shadows. Moonlight's going to be popped. They're on the high ground. The 3 of them close together. The Chrono gets the 2 of them. Ice Blast out as well. The combo comes out. Savage pots the BKB so he can commit onto both Yang and DY.
Oh,
jumps down to the low ground. Blink strike over from Eurus. They're going to look to chase. He's got the BKB pop. Moon's going to stay on top of him though. Chase him from Savage. Another Blink's out. They've got the disable onto the Ember to hold him back for now. But with the BKB, Moon can keep going. Sliderfish chains it out onto Eurus. The PA is dead. No buyback. He's out for 70 seconds. As FNATIC could quickly dispatch off the Serpent Wards. Nighttime is going to be popped by Ninja Boogie. The creep wave's coming in. A great window for them to take some of the base away from Vici Gaming. They're without the PA for a full minute.
So at least one rack. Going to be able to collect the bottom bounties at some point as well. Just another great fight from FNATIC. They had a huge timing. MKB on the Void. You could see 2 smacks and the PA was no longer able to engage. You got a lot of plus damage, but it's just the initiation. You see, Ninja Boogie just face checks the high ground, tanks around dispels, sure, but 23 Savage has the easiest 2-man chrono of his life. Kills and chase for more. Child's play.
He's been looking very, very solid this game. 8, 2, and 10 on his Void. 16k lead. We saw last game proved to be quite a tough one for FNATIC, but this game, and this all important one, of course, the championship game, looking to float very smoothly in their favor. Each game, they're going to have to rely on a bit of the RNG, hope for some of those magical crits to come out from Eurus, really, to help turn this now, as they are starting to all fall at least an item behind their counterparts on FNATIC's lineup. Off the back of those last few fights and loss of the mid lane racks. It's not long before Savage has got that chrono good to go again, about 20 seconds. And you can certainly expect to see FNATIC immediately looking for another fight.
Oh yeah. No reason to slow down now. And I just love the way they've been building. Everybody prioritizing survivability. Makes it so much easier for the AA to play Dota. Same with Febby, who's also, you know, we got the mech, the Ghost Scepter, the Yols. It's a near impossible game for Eurus to play at this point. You can't stick to a target long enough to kill them.
And there we go. They group up, Moon heads over. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. They're going to try and get some action going with the Chronosphere. Nimbus being used by Ori to scout out the Roshan pit, but that's not going to be where they are for now. Now, opt for the Shrine. Savage does reveal himself. Vici Gaming, surely unlikely that they will want to try and fight outside of their base unless they can be sure that they're getting a pick-off rather than taking a full 5v5. They have to be careful when this Chrono's online. Every single fight they've tried to take when Savage has had it has ended up in a bit of a disaster for Vici. As mid lane Febby trying to poke out some sort of a reaction, but Vici Gaming understandably pretty scared of any sort of aggressive movement that comes their way. They're just treating as 4, making sure that no one gets left behind and caught out in a Chronosphere.
17k the gold lead though. This is such a monumental advantage. They don't even need the Roche. And it's the second time you can watch as FNATIC have previously they controlled bottom half, drew a circle around top jungle, found a fight. This time they're controlling both mid and top lane, and now they can make a movement to try and reclaim this other half of the map. Just continue sweeping until you find the crumbs. It's the FNATIC MO right now.
Alright, Thunder Gods Wrath will scout out the move. I'll instantly pop the nighttime to force them back to base. Ninja Boogie will be able to get himself on top of DY. They'll turn, look for the crit. Shackles are used, but they have to be very wary of the Chronosphere. Gets the BKB out in time, and that will mean that Eurus will have the chance to live for a little bit. But ult is popped by Yang. Stampede used to get him out of there. FNATIC try and chase on forwards. Eurus' BKB, it wears off. The BKB for Moon is still ready to go. He's straight on top of the PA. The PA is dead. Buyback's available for Eurus. He gets himself back into the fight, but he's still got to be careful with that BKB already used. Has to be very wary how he commits. They do manage to catch out Moon. This time he'll slip up. PYW's in with the Shackles. Will trip up the Ember Spirit. Can they get Febby as well? Nukes are out. Febby gets burst down. Buyback from Eurus allows him to get involved. And some positive kills for Vici Gaming. Yang is also set up for a third. The stun's there. There's the follow-up with the TP across. They'll kill off the 3 of them. Vici Gaming will be able to push back FNATIC significantly.
But they need the Roche, and FNATIC have the Moonbucks available to get the super if they need to. Great fight. You can see deja vu. As soon as Zeus ults, FNATIC just go ham and chase beyond the tier 4s. There's just nothing you can really do to stop them through this dire team. They needed those buybacks. Bit of an overextension there. However, FNATIC still in a pretty commanding lead when you consider they could just chrono this PA again. They'll have no buyback for some time.
And it was just sort of an unfortunate start there. We're coming off the Yules into the chrono. As long as you've got a shift queued, I believe you'll always be able to get that BKB off Yang. Has to be careful. We are going to have the Super Roche out as well. So now, not an option at all, really, for Vici Gaming, unless they're feeling lucky with the crits that the PA can hit. This is not a monster they want to deal with or are ready to deal with at the moment.
This is a shame. Usually, in a traditional game of Dota, that buyback would have been a tower and a Roshan, and all of a sudden we're thinking, oh wow, did Vici come back? But alas, you got to be mindful of the Moonbucks. And FNATIC, they've saved quite a bank for this final game of the tournament.
Here we go, Fabi. It's hovering around the pit. This is not something that they want to go for. Arcane Rune for Moon, and yeah, level 25. The dream for the Ember Spirit, as you're going to see some ridiculous cooldowns. And we've seen what Moon's been able to do already on this hero.
Oh, showed himself mid a little too early though. He might get jumped now.
Ninjabugi's going to get himself on top of Yang. Arrow from Fabi. It will connect, and Moon, he just goes straight for the backlines. He's ready to start the fight up on a DY. Savage is in. Chrono gets the two, and then the Hex out from PYW slows down the damage a little bit, but now they're good to go. BKB's coming out from all parties as FNATIC dive deep into the base. Buyback out from the Lich. PYW's been caught on the side. They're trying to commit here. The PA, he can't get on top of the targets. The cold feet's going to connect. Eurus is frozen in position. Another sleight of fist down from Moon. Another arrow from Fabi holds on to Yang. FNATIC will back up for now. Well, get too crazy.
Arrow the first target, Ember grabs the second, Void the third and fourth. The amount of reach that this lineup has is unbelievable. And the moment they find Vici, they're just gunning for them. It's near impossible for the Chinese stack to find some kind of advantageous positioning because their whole initiation requires vision. You need Centaur or Rasta to find that target. And how do you do that when there's a Ninjabugi Blink Night Stalker just flying at you?
They're in, ready to go. Immediately once more on DY. He's used his buyback, so he is dead and gone for 70. The setup there into Fabi's arrow. Looking for Yang. Still the tankier target. They'll deal with the Nimbus first. Eurus looking for an opportunity to jump in and commit. Tries to go for Ninjabugi. Has to put the BKB immediately. Eurus, can he do anything with his BKB duration? Looks towards Moon, but a Remnant out. Gets Moon to safety. It's another BKB usage used by Eurus to no avail. Unable to use it aggressively as FNATIC kite him up.
Chronosphere is active in just a couple moments though. You gotta be careful. There's no BKB on the PA or buyback. He has an Aghanim's finished though. So if he can get some kills, maybe the spam daggers will start to stack up.
Not gonna try and go. The Moon, he goes forward. Stampy's pop to get PYW out to the side. They've lost the Void. Eurus, he's getting the crits. It's a double kill for the PA. They've got to back off now, FNATIC. BKB from Moon as he remnants down to the low ground. Still has the Moonlight Shadow keeping him safe. And that's always the danger of when you go up against the PA as the game goes on. Doesn't matter how many items you have. If she gets in with the crits, you will die.
Oh yeah.
But no Void. Void being dead, that's a lot of money going the way of Vici Gaming.
Lack of armor items there coming into play. You have Corruption thanks to the 20 talent on the PA plus the Deso. It's minus 11. Void only with the 16 armor. One crit, he just gets swapped. PA now level 25. With the Ags, you can theoretically get one kill into another triple dagger. Maybe you just kill off these supports without even having to click them.
Yeah, they've got to get Eurus in the Chronosphere. If they don't, Eurus is going to go ham in the team fights. Moon's hunting. Even himself. Just got to be careful how he pokes at the PA right now.
It's got to be mindful, though, because the Centaur has Ags, and the PA's got a BKB. So if he's able to pop that during the Chrono, and the Centaur ults as well, there's just no way you're going to be able to kill him. There has to be some kind of stun lock, and that's only going to be possible if they set up the arrow. Unfortunately, Fabi just keeps hitting other heroes with it, so you can't really blame him. It's not as if he's misplaying, but we just need one of those arrows to land on that pesky PA.
Definitely a bit of a worry for FNATIC. That lead that they had is slipping a little bit. Vici Gaming's own strengths coming into place right now. The pressure is there on Savage to land these Chronos. They must find the setup. It's not easy for him. A lot of ways to play back from outside of the Chronosphere, so we'll have to work with that limited duration of his magic immunity. Vici Gaming is starting to play a little smarter now. Not
Well, you
not
say
getting caught out at all.
PA is 1,000 gold from a rapier, and he's already fully committed with that relic purchase. So
I mean, I could you said yourself, with the Aghanim's and those
true.
triple stifling daggers, all you need now is just for one of them to kill off a support, and then suddenly the fight is incredibly likely to snowball in your favor with that rapier done. Yeah. You're going to be one-shotting, two-shotting these heroes.
you know, thinking about it, actually, since he doesn't have buyback, I actually don't mind this choice at all.
Yeah.
He is going to be. This is a terrifying hero. Oh. 149 plus 464. Not
Radiant's
bad.
middle tower is under attack.
And even if they catch him, it's not necessarily a guaranteed kill in the Chronosphere.
Next, all he needs is a satanic. He is good to go.
So the plans from FNATIC. Thundercross Wrath coming out at the same time as the smoke usage. Vici Gaming will play very careful now with the rapier in the hands of Eurus. They know how hard it is for FNATIC to try and push high ground again with the rapier being there. That's double damage for Savage. But still, have to be careful of the crits.
I don't know how you break base anymore. You need to find catch, but Vici are just going to sit in their base under sentries. Zeus is playing super far back, and PA doesn't even need to leave the blur. It's always off cooldown thanks to the Aghanims. This is a tough one. Take 2,300 crits, by the way, on one of those daggers that he just threw at the creep wave. 2,300.
Yeah, but they've got to sort of force out that BKB and get out. I think a lot of it's going to be down to Moon to make those smooth moves inside of and outside the base, try and bluff out some of the reactions from Vici Gaming before FNATIC's able to go for a full-on push.
Yeah, Vici are literally just chilling in base. There is nothing FNATIC can really do about it. They have a gem on anybody? Nope, not yet. Oh, nope, there it is. It's on the Mirana. You can probably find that word. 273 gold.
Radiant are
Moon?
Whoa. They've got the setup. He needs help. He needs it now. He's not going to get it.
Oh my god, Eurus killed Febi with a dagger.
That's going to happen. Level 25 PA with that rapier. They may have a 12k lead, but this is looking pretty scary now for FNATIC, despite the fact they have the net worth advantage and are a set of racks up.
But
if they can't deal with the PA, Eurus is going to kill. He's going to kill them all.
how do you deal with the PA, Owen? You've got to kill him. No one can go toe-to-toe with the hero anymore. This is the timing, right? 25 and a rapier, 6-slotted. Like, well, this is when the PA starts to just win the game. And you just lost. I don't know. You got to make some kind of crazy play here if you're FNATIC.
I've got the chrono onto Yang. We'll go for the easier kills. Your PYW is going to try and come in Eurus. Looking to commit. There's the crits. Another one dead. Ninja Boogie falls. And they can start to push down the mid. I mean, that's not only a third kill, but it's also the knowledge that the Chronosphere has been used.
Now you can just walk into the pit. You have enough CC thanks to the roster.
Do you think they could do it? I mean, he has got that status resistance, you got to remember.
True.
Yeah, even now, even with the rapier, I think it's still pretty hard.
Oh my goodness, the tower died in 6 hits.
Playing it safe, just going for the outer tier 2 towers.
22.95.
45 minutes in, runes up. Jabs will be able to at least secure the couple down towards the bottom for FNATIC. But that gold lead that FNATIC's have for the majority of this game is really starting to slip away. Only a 7k lead in comparison to the 15-16 that we saw earlier. The gap is closing. And Eurus's PA proving to be a massive problem for FNATIC at this point of the game.
Octarine up on Zeus. It's getting scary. There's just too much damage. You have the hero that outputs the most magical damage in the game, coupled with arguably the strongest hard carry in Dota with a rapier. Damage is not an issue for each game. You got a butterfly in the void now, so PA might need to invest in an MKB, and in fact that is what's queued up.
She's pretty much got the money, right? He's going to, of course, consume the Aghanims first, get it out of their inventory.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
What?
Inventory? Yeah, I can see your face.
How come you never picked up on these pronunciations before, Carl? You just never listened to me? I always say inventory.
That sounds like a I don't know, an inventory for your inventions. An inventory. I guess it's sort of, I can see it. It's just UK. That's how it goes. And look, nighttime popped. It's back into the sanctity of the base. Goes Eurus and the rest of his squad.
Oh, Ninja Boogie just goes in. He's up to the high ground. The arrow won't connect. Stampy comes out. Moon's committed, but he didn't get the BKB off. They've got the chain stun. Moon's just dead. The Chrono's out. He's caught the three of them. Can they get the big kills? He'll turn towards the PA. Can he finish off Eurus? The BKB finish. Eurus jumps off to the side. Ninja Boogie's trying to stay on top. Multiple buybacks coming out from Vici Gaming. Moon's committed. They've found the PA. The rapier hits the deck. Have they managed to grab it? Moon, has he got it? He's jumping out. Who picked it up? Moon didn't get it. Moon didn't pick it up in time. It's still on the ground. They were unable to take it. It was stuck underneath the Serpent Wards by the looks of it. Moon could not pick it up.
Yeah.
As yet, Eurus will be able to go over and reclaim the rapier. They did have to use 3 buybacks there. So still a chance for FNATIC. If they can now look to do that again, they could end the game. But it's not easy. That and being able to pull that off the once was pretty impressive, as it were. And now they are, of course, in a risky situation. There's no Chronosphere. Vici Gaming can look to try and run it down mid. Buybacks are available for both Ninja Boogie and for 23 Savage. But as I say, at the same time, one more fight goes like that for FNATIC, and it should be their game.
Yeah, you can see how fights have to go for FNATIC to win them, though. They have to be the ones initiating. They've got to be able to go deep. Vici, they're going to deal more damage. You've got to ensure that they're pressured.
Oh, they're going to try for Roche. There's some big crits they've got. As Roche got the spells. Oh, he yeets him out of the pit, though. Eurus will actually be saved because of that. That was a good yeet for Vici Gaming. As if Eurus was the one to still tank some of the punches, it would have killed that. PA, but it's not the case. Eurus is able to heal up outside of the pit, and he just not the right spells at the right time there, unfortunately, from Roshan. At least in FNATIC's favor in terms of Vici Gaming, they'll be more than happy with that. As Roche gives Eurus the chance to live again.
Everybody alive. And 3K lead for FNATIC, but more importantly, there's no buyback on this PA, so they got about 6 minutes to try and make some moves. No buyback Zeus either. They're going to hunt Rune, that looks like? Oh no, they're just trying to find Yang.
They've got a good shot of finding him and Yang. BKB is going to be put to a stop, though, with the Chronosphere laid down upon him. Yang will fall. The bash is out. He cannot escape. He himself was not one of the ones to use buyback last fight, so does still have it available right now. Ninja Boogie coming in with the chase down, seeing if anyone was hanging around nearby to Yang. Isn't the case. The rest of Vici Gaming have already got themselves back towards their base. And Yang, Deferati, at the least, FNATIC may have the chance to force that buyback out as well.
Eurus playing very aggressively. Has the blur activated, but I guess there's no chrono if he feels confident.
There we go. There's one.
Well,
that is one. Dead jabs. Double damage picked up by Savage. As you say, they're hard for him to fight without the chrono. Has to greatly respect the damage output that Eurus can get out in a matter of seconds, if even that.
Another DD up on Savage. Gonna just farm away with it. And yeah, this Ag synth is actually pretty sick on the PA because he just spams blur. He just always has blur. And if you're not within 600 units of him, then you can't see the PA. And it makes it very difficult to find that jump that FNATIC really need if they're ever going to find another kill on this carry.
Group up in base. And yeah, unlikely to see any action from FNATIC before that Chronosphere is ready again. Wants to get the Aghanim Synth online himself, make sure that he has the more frequent chronos, as they have pretty much been the precise tool that has allowed them to win these fights against heroes as scary as Eurus's PA. They'll go for the move with the Moonlight Shadow. Still 20 seconds to work without that chrono, so won't expect to see them go too crazy. Arrow out to check out the pit situation. Neither team opting to try for Roche yet, at least for now. There's a basher done on Eurus, so that extra bit of control could be what was missing to allow them to go for Roche themselves. Now they have the damage and the bashing. Let's see what he swaps out for that basher. I imagine probably is going to be the Battle Fury at this stage. Or he may decide to go bootsless, and yeah, he will. I guess with the Aghanim Synth, you know that you're almost certainly going to get the refresh, so you are going to be able to move from hero to hero without the need for movement speed. With the constant blink availability, Yang is in. We'll try for the stun, and Ninja Boogie did get out the silence quickly. Jabs is going to be the one caught at the front. Savage is in, gets the chrono on the two of them. He's focusing down the Shaman. He did not catch the PA though. Eurus still good to fight outside of it all. PYW pots the BKB, turns the shackle commitment. Savage is dead. Without buyback, he's gone for 100. As Vici Gaming, they got the kill they needed. FNATIC tried to force a fight. The chrono from Savage, not quite good enough that time. Did not catch the PA, as Eurus was free to throw daggers and damage in from the sidelines. They'll be trying to create some sort of a distraction to take them away from mid. It won't bring Eurus or Ori away, as they are set on running down this mid lane. A minute to play without the Void. We'll see how much damage they can get done.
They're afraid of the buyback, though.
They are. They're a little scared.
He's no chrono, though. I mean, he'll have it up soon. They did probably see the Ag, so it's only a 60-second cooldown now, but I'm surprised they're not trying to push the envelope at least a little bit. Here we go.
Serpent Ward's out. See if they can get rid of them from the side. Moon's going to try and commit a little bit, clear out the creep wave. Bringing Yang down pretty low. Back in with the Blade Mail. Hex out from PYW. He's got the reach from the side. Nimbus is down, giving them the vision. Ninja Boogie comes in to try and help out, but Moon, he's been chain stunned. He's dead. As Moon now dead as well without buyback inside the base. The Moonlight Shadow. But look, it keeps Ninja Boogie safe. They didn't have the vision, and Ori wasn't actually close enough to throw out any more lightning bolts. So Ninja Boogie actually lucky enough to be able to walk away with his life intact. The mid-racks will not be quite as fortunate, as they will go down. They'll try and push on for more. Void back up in 5 seconds with the chrono. Arrow, Febby lands it onto Yang. 3 seconds before the Void's back in play. Ninja Boogie getting stunned up in the Nimbus. He's got to get himself out of there. Savage commits, goes for the one-man chrono. Finds Yang, Yang to fall. Instant buyback from Yang as the rest of the team move in. Jump forward from Eurus with the crits. The shackles there onto Savage. He needs help. He needs it now. Savage, can he get the time walk off? He's been used up. He needs one jump. He will get it away. Bounce out onto the Lich. Lich is dead. Savage in the fountain healing up. But Ninja Boogie, a dieback on him. Only the 3 of them left as Eurus picks up the triple kill. Turns towards the tier 4. The Ancient now exposed. Another jump in Savage, instantly Hex though. He needs a lot of assistance. He's not going to get it. He didn't get the chance to pop the chrono. He bought the refresher off for a big play attempt. He was unsuccessful. The Ancient goes slowly down. FNATIC cannot hold this as GG is called. The game and the series and the title here going to Vici Gaming, as they will be your international champions here of Betway Midas Mode 2 in this region.
Hey, just clinical performance. They were getting run over, stalled it out. Now, perfect example of Seb's point from a while back. Who gives a damn about gold?